This feels like a little better one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He's taking line. This is a good fish. He's still taking line. Hi, y'all. It is a beautiful spring day here in East Tennessee. So what do you say, me and you try to catch us some catfish today? Blues, flatheads. It's that time of year, folks. It could go either way. And I've got us some big live baits today, too, that we're going to pull behind us. We just might hook into a striper, too. You never can tell. So anyway, let me tell you where we're at, and then we'll get some baits on and get to it. So I'm on a shallower section of the river here. We're actually 21 feet deep here where we're at right now. And we're going to take a stretch of this main channel ledge and just kind of work the outside edge of it here. Right here where we're starting at is on a river bend. There's a very shallow creek that comes in here. It's really shallow right now due to the fact that the water is still down for winter drawdown. But nevertheless, it feeds in right here on this river bend. So we're going to start here, work our way upriver, up this ledge, and we're going to drag some baits, some pieces of cut bait behind us for the catfish, and then we're going to have another rod going off the back with the live bait. So enough of this. Well, there ain't never enough of that. We're going to do that the whole time out here today because this camera ain't going to stop rolling. But we're going to talk and get some stuff done at the same time. So I'm going to get our live bait on first. This is a big gizzard shad. I've got a couple of them. I just netted some bait here before we get started. And I'm going to take and run that hook right through his nostrils. He don't seem as lively as the other one right there, but he is still alive. I almost want to get the other one. Let's do that. This one here is still alive, but I'd rather have the more lively one of the two. You was swimming around at the wrong time there, gizzard. So this one's a lot more lively. Let's run that hook. That's a 3/0 size shiner hook. We're going to go right through his nostrils there, and I'm just going to toss him out behind us. I've got him on a spinning rod. This is a inshore medium heavy spinning rod. We've got 15-pound fluorocarbon leader on that hook up to 30-pound braid mainline. I may let out some more line when we get going here, but in the meantime, let me get that out the way while we get our other baits here. So, also kept us some smaller shad. Look at that shad now. He's going to pretend like he's dying or something right there. I kept that thing alive all the way up through here, and he's going to act like that. But we at least got us one big live bait out there that we're going to keep up near the top of the water as we move along. And this is another one of them gizzard shad that I just caught that's good and fresh. We'll put a head and a chunk on our dragging rods. And we're just going to kind of keep our speed about a half mile an hour. In fact, I'm going to get us going here. I'm going to come off spot lock. I stopped right here in front of this creek to do the camera stuff, get it set up. And now we'll get on the move, and I'm going to set our speed half a mile an hour. There's not much current flow out here today, so there's not really a lot of resistance that we're going into. But we'll get these on. I'll show you this dragging rig here as we get the baits on. We'll do the head and the chunk. I've got just a few gizzard shad. It's mostly what I caught was thread fins, and some of them are larger, so we'll work through those today too. But there's that. That's a gizzard shad head, 10/0 size circle hook, 80-pound leader line. We've got a float and rattle up to this inline dragging sinker that you see here, and that connects to 40-pound monofilament main line on my signature series Kayak Catfish rods there from Catfish Sumo. So let's get that one going out. Now we'll get the other one on. This rig here is the exact same that I just showed you. The only difference is going to be is we're going to run a body chunk. And the body chunks lately for me, regular viewers, my regular fishing buddies, those have been doing better for me, it seems like, especially the skipjack body sections. But I'm just having a hard time with skipjack right now. We've had some rain. Our creeks have kind of been just chocolate milk mud. We've got them lines going in. I'll show, I don't know how well you can see. This creek here is not so bad. I think most of the mud has pushed out of it now, but you can see the discoloration out here where the muddy water has pushed out into the main channel. But most of the creeks around here are just chocolate milk mud. And that's where I had been getting the skipjacks in, the backwaters. Well, since we had the rain and water fluctuations, they're gone, and I ain't been able to locate them. So I've been throwing the cast net, trying to just get us whatever we possibly can. And so today we've got some gizzard shad, some thread fins, and we're gonna roll with it, and we're gonna see what we can get into up this ledge. This is a section of river here that has done me well at times in the past. I'm gonna let out just a little bit more line on this too while we're getting going on our live bait. Since we're gonna be running this shallower water here on this section of the river, and it's a bright sunny day, there's obviously right here by these creeks, this one here, and we're gonna eventually pass another one on upriver from here. There'll be muddy water out here in front of it, but once we kind of get in between them creeks, the water's going to clear up a lot. And so I'd like to have a little distance between us and that live bait there. But this section of river, historically, this time of year, I don't know why I keep grabbing this dang camera, folks. I'm going to put it in a chest. We're bringing y'all with me today, just like you're here. Y'all my fishing buddies today, start to finish. We're going to fish till about dark today. But this time of year, month of April, this section of river, this few miles through here, used to be like clockwork, man. Sometimes it would be early April, sometimes maybe mid-April, but it was pretty dependable for not only numbers of fish, I'd catch a lot of fish here, but also some better quality fish. I've caught a bunch of big blues, I've caught a bunch of big flatheads here historically. But whatever reason, the last 2 or 3 years, this section of river has kind of just been a dud. There's not really, not only for quality fish, but numbers of fish too. It's just kind of been I don't know. I don't know what happened. I can't explain it. I don't know what changed, what's different, but I just haven't done any good here the last 2 or 3 years. But it's worth checking out. I've done so well here historically. I feel like it's worth checking out and at least just see what's going on. So let's flip our bails over here on both them dragon rods, and we off to it, folks. We're in business. We got all our lines out, live bait, cut bait. We're ready to rock and roll today, man. If there's fish here. Now, if you're seeing this video, it means we caught something. I can't guarantee size. I can't guarantee numbers, quantity. This is real fishing here. When I do these unedited videos, folks, this is just as real as it gets, like you're out here with me. But like I said, this area has done me so well in the past. I mean, I've got a lot of videos on my channel, especially my early days, like 2016, 17, 18 on this channel. I think 2019 too. I can remember when I was doing my anchor fishing experiment in 2019, I hit some spots up and down this ledge here and tore them up, man. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to this stretch of river, but the fish just, they're either something happened to them. They either got some kind of disease and died off, or the commercial pay lake people come in, took them out. That's a possibility. Another possibility, when I've come here the last 2 or 3 years, that my timing's just been off. Maybe the fish came early, maybe the fish came afterwards. Could have went either way. Another possibility is that maybe that for whatever reason, them fish just aren't, they're just not working through this stretch of river, or they're not staying, or maybe they're going through headed upstream, but they're just not staying here very long, possibly. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. This is one of them situations where it's like, it was a set your watch to it kind of bite for years upon years, and then all of a sudden, like a light switch, it just quit. But I'm willing to come out here and spend a day checking it out. So we're gonna spend a day checking it out, at least the afternoon here anyway, and depending on how we do today will determine how much more time I spend here over the next couple weeks. If we do great and the fish are here again and we're getting numbers and quality, well, hell, I may come back and hit again tomorrow. If we don't do worth a flip out here today, of course, if we don't, then, well, hell, you probably ain't gonna see this video. But if we don't, then I will come back out here again, maybe another week or two, come out and try it again for a day. But I'm not going to spend a great deal of time in an area that's just not producing. You just can't, you can't live in the past, and I talk about this a lot on other videos and whatnot, but you just can't. People get, and I'm guilty of it as anybody, but people get bogged down in the past, in history. I mean, how many of you out there had your granddaddy, he caught a fish on a piece of garlic chicken in 1972 off this one spot, and so now literally every time you go fishing with your granddaddy, you go fish that one spot, right? Like it was a one-hit wonder, and you can't really get bogged down like that. But here we are, you know, this place, it's this stretch of river here, not even a spot. Like for me, it's not even like this creek mouth or the next creek mouth or a specific spot on this ledge or this little island over here, the point coming off of. Like it's not even one spot. Like this whole stretch was just, it was gold, man. It was gold for a while. But again, I don't want to get too committed to a place just because of history. History was good, but you got to live in the present. You got to live in the present and prepare for the future. And you can't do that if you're constantly thinking about the past. So no matter why, the reason really is indifferent about why we haven't done worth a flip here the last 2 or 3 years. It's just, it is what it is. And we'll come out and this time of year and check it out. But if it don't pan out, we'll just get back to doing what has been working. And honestly, what's been working for me lately is fishing around this same depth. Like right now we've dropped off, we're 25 feet, which is about probably with our water level here, that's probably about as deep as we're going to fish today. It will come up shallower from here. We'll be around low 20s in depth for all day, most likely. But this depth has been doing me really good lately. But it's been when I've been on the flats, when I'm fishing flats that are low 20s, mid 20s in depth, and then drop off to the channel. Those channel edges on the edge of those flats have been producing really well lately. Now, this section of the river, it has a flat too that's up there on the shelf and then drops off. But because this stretch is so shallow anyway, I mean, we're on the bottom edge of this break line I'm working us over here to, and we're 25 feet, man. Right now, with water level where it is, it's probably 2 or 3 feet deep up there on the top edge of that flat. So I don't really want to work that shallow right now, because that's not really been, the super shallow water has not really been panning out. Although, you know, I netted some bait here before we're getting started today. Yesterday afternoon, I went out and attempted to net us some bait in a different creek. That did not pan out. However, I did throw over the top of a fairly nice flathead, a fun-sized flathead. So there obviously are some catfish moving up shallow. but that's a little bit shallower than what I want us to focus on today. I just want to take this whole ledge today, or this section of the ledge from the river bend here up past the next creek on up. And if we get up here to this next creek and we've had a good session here where we're getting bites, then what I'll probably do, assuming the current flow doesn't pick up, is come back over on the other side of the channel and work down the side of that island and work that break line down, coming back this way. And that's if we get bit. Now, if we're not getting bit, then I'm gonna keep going, and we'll stay on the outside here and work our way on up until we get tired of fishing today. Which it's after, I'm getting a late start. It's 2:30 right now, 2:37 to be exact. And it took me a while today. One, I waited to come out because it was cold this morning. I say cold, it was like 40 degrees. Cold enough, by God. I wanted to let it heat up a little bit. And it's a nice day now. It's mid-50s. Now, the wind makes it feel a little colder, especially blowing across the water like it is. But it's a nice day now. So I wanted to wait until the afternoon. A little bit windier now, but it's not going to be terrible today. And according to the wind forecast, the wind finder, right now is the worst of it. It's supposed to taper off through the afternoon, which is nice. Now, the rest of the week, we're going to have to get our butts up early if we want to fish, because by about noon every day, the wind's going to be howling. But nevertheless, I waited to come out today. And then once I got out here, it took a while to catch some bait. I was seeing the bait flipping sporadically in the creek, but you throw the net and you get 3 shad. You throw it again, nothing. Throw it another time, you get 2. I never had a throw where I just loaded up. And you may hear I apologize if you hear wind noise on the microphone right now, folks. The wind's kind of gusting a little bit right now, but it'll get better. At least if the weatherman ain't lied to us, it's going to get better throughout the afternoon. So anyway, we do have enough bait, at least for today and tomorrow, so we're going to roll with it. Mostly thread fins, though. I got a few gizzard shad, but it's mostly thread fin. Some small ones, like we've got that shad, that gizzard, man. As soon as I laid hands on him, he said, I'm out. We got some smaller ones like that, but I've also got some bigger kind of 3-4 inch range thread fins as well. What we'll do, we'll probably just use the gizzards today, but when we do switch over either today or tomorrow on the thread fins, we'll use them whole. Either cut the tail off, or I think that there is we got this little snag happening here, folks. Let's come out of this snag now. We can turn around and going back for this thing. There it comes. There it comes. All right, got lucky on that one. One thing I've noticed, I've been using these inline dragging sinkers. Oh crap, it's in it again. There it comes. Let me try to pull through whatever that is. But I've been using these inline dragging sinkers the last couple months. And it started out well. Good golly, whatever the hell that is, man, it is thick down there. We're coming out of it, though, when I raise up. I'm going to hold this rod a minute. Maybe I can feel us getting into it before the rod just buries into it. Must be a lot of debris down there or something. I'm eventually going to get out what I was trying to tell you about these damn sinkers. So I've been using them for a couple months, and the first month that I used them, man, it was it was great. I wasn't getting snagged at all. This right here wasn't happening where it'd be like loading up the rod as it gets in stuff. There we go. I'm gonna have to just hold this rod a minute. The right rod over there ain't in it. I may need to, I've marked something here. If you'll see on my gray, I don't know how well you can see with the glare, there's an X there. I've marked that spot. So there's clearly something there that I have marked, but I don't remember what it is. My memory, y'all know me, but that means I've caught fish there, and for me to mark right here, it's probably, we're up above that creek mouth, so there's probably, whatever it is we've been in, I've marked and clearly caught fish here before. But, you know, the first month I used these inline dragging sinkers, man, it was great. I wasn't getting snagged. I wasn't losing any. When we'd be pulling along, like I would be pulling smoothly. I wasn't getting constantly hung up, like where your rod loads up and then you come out of it and it bounces forward. Like, it was great. And then I'll be damned, man, I've lost 3 of these sinkers in the last few trips out. And like today here already, where whatever we were pulling through, the rod's loading up where that sinker's catching there. And one thing I've noticed about these inline dragging sinkers is when you do get hung in something, whatever it is, you don't pull it out as easy. Like my other sinkers that you clip on, that I've been using the last several years, when you run your rig into something, brush or timber, whatever, and your rod loads up, like if you will give it slack and then raise your rod tip straight up, most of the time you can pull it out, pull it over, whatever it is. These here, man, when I feel like we've got lucky when the rod's loaded up like it has. Because when them other sinkers that I've lost, they just don't come out. They don't pop up and over as easy. So I'm gonna keep using these inline dragging sinkers for a while. I mean, I bought 8 of them, so I've got 5 left. And, oh hell no, oh, that's a fish. That's a fish right there. Our other rod's snagged. Oh, that one let go, dang it. Let's see if we can get this one out. Give it a little slack. Okay, good, it come out. Good. That other one was a fish though. Now that, boy, we're going through some mess right here, buddy. This is gonna be a nightmare if we're just hung up nonstop through here. I don't think I've ever dragged baits through here before. I wanted to drag today because dragging's what's been, let me just reel this thing in. See, oh man, I just pulled it into something. I pulled it out of whatever the hell we was in. Okay, there it comes. Let me just reel this in, make sure we still got bait on here. But I don't recall ever dragging here before. I normally drift or anchor. Yeah, our bait's still on. Dare I let it back down? Let's let out some line on it. So I don't really know, you know, when I'm suspend drifting, I'm not on bottom, so I don't really know the composition of it too much. And when I'm anchor fishing, it just, most of the time I'm gonna suspend while I'm anchored. And even in the past when I've anchored and cast baits out, I've not really had issues with getting snagged up here. But there's clearly a lot of debris for us to be having these rigs get caught nonstop coming up through here so far. I hope it's not like that the whole way up through here. I'm hoping it's just whatever I'd marked there on that X. I hope that's what it was. Once we get past it, maybe it'll be okay. I'm gonna let out a little bit more line on this right rod now too, since we come through, hopefully come through whatever it was. Most of this area through here though has been pretty easy as far as drifting goes because the depth is consistent. You don't have a lot of ups and downs causing you to, that's where you really get snagged when you're suspend drifting, is when you're dealing with the ups and downs. You set your bait so they're 2 or 3 feet off bottom, and then all of a sudden the depth changes and it comes up on you real quick, and then you run that exposed hook over the bottom and you're snagged. You gotta break off everything. That sucks when that happens. And so I usually, when I'm drifting, I look for areas that are pretty consistent in depth, that are kind of what I call driftable. And this area certainly fits the bill for that. But I don't recall ever attempting to drag here. So this was, you and me, we're doing this for the first time here. But I want to try to drag, because dragging is what's been getting me the fish lately. I've not done as well when I've tried to suspend. I've gotten bit, like me and friend Ryan went down there on Chickamauga. I guess it's been a couple weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago maybe, and suspended, and we got some quality fish, but boy, the bite was slow. And there was another day recently I tried to suspend. Let's flip that bail over. And I got one really big fish, but that was it. That was the only fish I caught. So the bite's just not been there lately for that technique. But dragging, on the other hand, I've been getting more fish. I've been getting big fish, which has been, it's been working better. So that's what I'm rolling with it until it quits, you know. I want to do what works. We out here to catch fish. So I don't know, man. I don't know what really to expect today. If this was 4 years ago and we were coming out here, I'd be just super pumped up, excited, because the anticipation of catching a potential monster and catching a bunch of fish would be there. But after the last 2 or 3 years, I'm coming out here today just kind of low expectations, I guess. You know, whatever we get is kind of, if we have a good day, great. If we don't, I'm not necessarily going to be surprised by it. Which is really how a person should fish all the time. You should always go out with low expectations. That way, when you have a good day, it's amazing. And if you don't, no big deal. Where it always sucks for me is when I go out expecting to get a good day, where maybe I got on fish the day before, or conditions are set up for me to think I'm going to have a good day, and then I don't. And who knows why I didn't. Maybe I was there right time, wrong place, or wrong place, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But you just don't get the results you're expecting. Well, then it's a letdown. Then it's a disappointment. There'll be no disappointment today. If we get skunked, of course, if you've seen this video, we didn't get skunked. But even if I did, it's like, the bar is set so low for me. It'd be all right. But we're going to fish till dark today. Or, well, dark-ish. I want to make it back to the ramp before dark. That's a fish. That's a fish. Will he stay buttoned up, unlike the other one that bit while I had that rod in my hand? He ain't going to be very big, but that's okay. The first one don't have to be, folks. I'm just happy to know there's at least one fish here on this section of river. felt like a small fish the way he was hitting, and I'm pulling against a little resistance, but I think it's just him. Maybe wrapped up in the line or something. Yeah. Oh, dinkity-doo-dah blue cat there. Boy, we hooked him good too. Look how this fish is hooked. Come here, kitty. No, hey, calm it down. You don't need to act like that. This fish got hooked, I mean, way back in there by the dang eyeball. Yeah, just a little old dinkity-doo-dah here. Let me just throw him on this board a second here for duties and giggles. Yeah, he's nowhere near what I need. You're gonna see me measure some fish, folks, today and the next several trips. I said I'd never do it again, and then here we are. I'm doing it again. I'm in a slot tournament, so y'all gonna see me measuring some fish. That gizzard there is kind of small, but it's the one I grabbed, so we're going with it. That other one was the body section, so let's just... I ought to cut up that one. We'll cut up that other one there in the bucket next, since he ain't gonna work out as a live bait for us. Let's get this on there. But anyway, oh, I'm imagining things. I thought the other rod got hit. Yeah, y'all, I'm in a slot tournament. The tournament, how it's gonna work is, it's a 10 fish limit the month of April, the whole month. And our fish have to be, well, you can submit them any size under 30 inches, but they need to be as close to 30 inches without touching that line. So basically you want them to be between 29 3/4 and 30 inches. That's a perfect slot size score for this tournament. And if we get 10 of them, we're gonna win, but we probably ain't gonna get 10 of them. But what I want to do, like that fish there, he was gonna be 24 inches-ish. I'm not fooling with that. That's too small. If you're in a slot, and there's 30 people in this tournament, and the first one is the first one of the season. So quite a few people in the tournament. If you got 30 people and you got a 24-inch fish on your score, you ain't cashing, all right? Like that just ain't happening. So because of that, I'm not even gonna bother taking pictures with those size fish. Like for me to take a picture of a fish, to start out with, probably, if it's over 28 inches, I'll go ahead and do it. But again, if we've got a 28-inch fish on our score, I don't think we're gonna win. Not with 30 people. So, and it pays out 4 places, I think, 4 or 5. 30 people, it may have put us to the 5th payout spot. I don't know. It's not a very big payout. Oh, something's hitting it. That's on the head. He's after it again. He may. No, I thought he may have had it, but he didn't. All right, let's see if we want to. I'm gonna let out just a little bit more on that one. But yeah, we're gonna need all of our fish to be over 29 inches for sure. And we're gonna need some that are, we're gonna need a few of them that are a perfect score as well. So I don't wanna, measuring small fish Let's flip that bail over. Measuring small fish can be a bit of a nuisance. I can't tell if that's a fish hitting that or if we're pulling through something. I can't tell. I guess we've just pulled through something. But measuring small fish is quite the ordeal to get them to lay still sometimes. When you've got bigger fish, like in our in-person national trail events, like we just had one in Alabama here recently, when you catch a 40-plus inch fish and you lay it across a measuring board, them things will sit there just calm as can be for you most of the time. You can get your phone ready, take your pictures, take your time with it. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, them bigger fish will just lay there calm as can be. The small fish, though, the dinks, these fish that are under 30 inches, man, you try putting them on a measuring board, good luck. Them damn things are going to flip and flop. They're going to flare out their pectoral fins. They're not going to want to lay there still or lay there flat for you. Like, it's just, hey, look right here. That's bald eagle right there. You see that thing? That's a symbol of America right there, folks. But yeah, so anyway, I got tired of measuring small fish in them slot tournaments. So I ain't done one in probably 2 years now, I reckon. I won a bunch of them, but I ain't done it in a long time. But you never say never, because they've lured me back in. They've done gone and done it, so we doing it. They 10 either blues, flatheads, or channels, don't matter, between 29 and 30 inches. But don't touch the 30-inch line. But like I said, fish like that though, and I wanted to put him up there on the board. I was pretty confident that he wasn't going to help us, right? But it's been so long since I've done one of these tournaments. Used to, when I was doing them every single month, I could look at a fish before I ever lifted it up and be like, okay, he's close, or he's over, he's under, whatever. But it's been so long now, I don't trust my eyes anymore. We're going to have to throw a few on the board and get some references, some recent references, I guess. But this section of the river right here, if it performs for us today like it has back before whatever happened here went down, we could knock out a bunch of fish toward our goal. I think that's another snag. There we go. Come out of it. But we could knock out a bunch of fish potentially. And there's actually one fish right there on the bottom, right there on the... I need to clean that screen, folks. I've got that thing covered in mud and muddy water while we were throwing that cast net. Now I can't half see it. I know you all ain't gonna be able to see it, so let me just clean house here a second. Y'all ever seen me clean before? You probably ain't, so you might want to make note of this. It may never happen again. Back when I had comments on this channel, I would regularly have people comment and tell me that I need to clean my screen so y'all could see stuff. Hopefully now that you can actually see on there, maybe I'll show you how we're moving along here. So you can see I'm on the bottom edge. This ledge up like to the left of us It comes straight up over here to the ground. Now, once we get on up here, there is that flat that comes out a little bit, a few feet deep, like I mentioned. But right now, here where we're at, it comes straight up over here to the ground. But we're on the bottom edge where it kind of flattens out here 24 feet, and we're going to work that bottom contour, that bottom break line, all the way up through here. That's going to be the plan. Boy, I've stepped on shad there too, folks. Look at that mess. Well, I was getting up through here, I had a mess here in the floor with these shells and leaves and tiny shad and everything got put in the net, and I tried to wash all that out a little bit as far as like getting it out of the floor, but I've apparently stepped in it. I hope them things wash off my feet when I get back to the launch today, or if I track that in the house, I'll never hear the end of it. My girlfriend be on me like white on rice, buddy. I'm making a mess in the house. Plus them dang cats will probably be out there. They'll smell them fish and be all over my boots. I was gonna let the cat out today. I got them 2 cats there. I guess you'd say adopted. I took them in after my neighbor girl moved a few months ago and left them all behind. But one of them is fully domesticated, man. He's in the house. He'll go out on the porch for a minute or two, but the first car going by making a loud noise, or the wind blowing and making the porch door. What's going on here? There's another little pull right there. I don't think that's a snag, because it's giving a little bit. I'm gonna crank down on him. Yeah, it's fish. We got another one. Oh, no we don't. He's come free. There was another one there that didn't feel very, very big. I'm guessing he probably had bit the bait and didn't have the hook too. I want to make sure we still got bait on here. What? Oh, we've got our other line there too. Boy, I done gone and done it this time. Boy, y'all done making a fool of me out here. You done got these 2 lines wrapped up. How are we going to get this undone? Which way does that go? You danged old shad, well, you have swam around. Done swam around that line, ain't he? One thing about having a bigger shad on that live bait rig is going to swim around a lot more freely than the small ones that we're pulling behind us typically, or at least typically as of lately, been pulling behind. Boy, he's done really gone and done it. What have we got going on here? I don't mind a tangle when we catch a fish, at least a good fish anyway, but to lose a fish and get a tangle, boy, that's a bad series of events there, folks. All right, I think we about got it. We getting there. This shad's ready for it to get there too, because I keep plopping him down, down in the water every time I try to get him unwrapped here. That's what you get, shad. Don't swim laps around our line there, good buddy. That'll learn you a lesson. We'll learn that thing, won't we? Okay, now I think we need one more loop here around this way, and we out of it. All right. Well, fiddlesticks, folks. Let's cast him back out. Tell him not to do that again. He didn't listen to me. This thing here, he ain't got no respect for me. Maybe he'll listen to you. All right, we got him cast out back there. I'm gonna let out a little bit more line on him. I think I'll probably switch out that head. Them shad, they don't have as much blood and oil in them as, especially some of the bigger baits, something like skipjack, for instance. So we'll go ahead and just put one of them other heads on there. Got that one, should be right on top. Yeah, there he is. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Yeah, that's why that fish didn't hook up. That one of them had hit it, and it got the hook turned back in on the bait right there. Must have been a small fish too, because I mean, if you can't eat that bait and the hook, then you definitely ain't worth our time catching. All right, there it goes. There it goes where it stops, hopefully in a fish's mouth. But yeah, them damn cats, man. One of them is fully domesticated, buddy. He knows the good life. He'll occasionally act like he wants to go out on the porch, but as soon as the wind blows the porch door and it makes a noise, or a car revs up the engine driving down the road, he's pawing at the door to come back in. The other one, on the other hand, he likes to go outside. Nice days like today, he'll go outside a few hours and just hang out, sleep out in a chair on the porch, or he's been sleeping in the lawnmower seat recently. That's kind of become his new outdoor bed's my lawnmower seat. But I didn't want to let him out today because my neighbor, my new neighbor, the one that moved into that house to the girl that left all the cats, he had something going on down there today. They had a crew working down there at his house, and I thought, boy, if I let my cat out, he's gonna go right down there to get that attention, and so I thought it'd be safe to leave him in. He wasn't happy about it, but here I am, folks. I like catfish, and I like actual cats. I will say this though, cats are much easier than dogs. You know, like Daphne the dog, you go somewhere, you traveling, like you got to make arrangements. I mean, it's almost like having a kid. And she's got to be let out all the time, and you got to play with her. Them cats, man, you can completely ignore them damn cats, and they're just content. You go out of town, put out extra food, extra water, they're good. They can just be self-sufficient there. Now I did back in November, so it's been what? Y'all done got that dog's attention. The dog's about to see us reeling a fish here, maybe. Oh. Well, Sparky over there wants to be on video. I was talking about the litter robot. So back in November, so it's been 5 months now, I got a litter robot, which was a very big purchase. Them things are not cheap, but the reviews on them are really good, and I hate cleaning a litter box. So I was like, I'm gonna try it. Thus far, 5 months in, and I don't want to jinx it, no regrets. It has been so much better. The way that little robot works. Tell that dog over there to go back inside. That thing over there is being rude. He's trying to dominate the video. He looks like a sweet dog. I would totally pet that dog if I had the opportunity. But he's being very disruptive right now. It's hard for me to think about what I'm talking about, and y'all want to hear about this damn little robot. I know you do. But with this little robot, are you kidding me? We just started pulling it and we're in a damn snag. I just flipped the bail over. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, there it comes. Goodness gracious, I was about to say some cuss words if we just literally flipped the bail over and instantly in a snag. I think I need to move to the right just a little bit. We're creeping up on this ledge. But a little robot, with me having 2 cats, which with one of them going outside a lot, I think that, although I have caught him coming in the house and immediately going to the little robot. So I don't know how much he goes outside or if he just waits until he comes back in. But regardless, I only have to empty out that little robot about once every 5 to 6 days for 2 cats. And what it does is that they go in there and do their thing. And after they've been out for so many minutes, I think it's like 8 or 10 minutes, that thing will spin. And the litter will help clump around everything. And then it will drop down into a bin on the bottom part of that little robot. And then it's a clean box for the next time they go in there. And then once that bin is full, and it gives you a notification on the app, like it sends me a little alert that I need to clean the box out. But you know, it's once every 5, 6 days, but you just go in there and you pull out that tray and you put a plastic bag in there, so it's like, dadgummit, we're snagged again. Boy, I'm about tired of these damn snags, man. I ain't thinking as highly as these sinkers as I used to, folks. Remember how initially I was talking about how they don't get caught in everything? Well, they get caught in everything. I think we must have just been pulling through smooth areas there for the first month I used them. This is what I didn't like about dragging to begin with, like when your rods are constantly loading up because it's getting caught and then it pulls free, you get that herky-jerky, you know, like it just, I don't think that's good for business. I want to pull through smoothly. Now that's a fish there. That's a fish. Oh, I'm about to say a cuss word. I think the bait's gone. Oh, he's back. He's back on it. He let it go and he come after it. We had lost that fish, folks, and I'll be damned if that thing just didn't get hit again. Hopefully he hit it a little bit better this time and got to hook too. How about that, buddy? I wonder if it's the same fish or if there were multiple fish there and the first one let the bait go and this one snatched it. That dog's excited about seeing this fish too, man. Them dogs barking's gonna have y'all, if y'all got dogs, they're gonna be barking. Hearing these dogs. Every time there's a dog barking on TV or a YouTube video, Daphne perks her ears up. Yeah, this is why that first one let it go. If it was, boy, he got wrapped up in that dang live gizzard shad back there too. Dadgummit. we've just had a time here today, folks, between the snags and now 2 tangles on our live bait rig. We're just having a little bit of a time today. Let's quit acting that way, blue kitty. There, okay. There we go. Come in here. We're gonna put you on this board and see. I don't think you're gonna be no 29 inches either, but you're definitely a little bit longer than the last one. We'll at least try here. Yeah, he's another one there, about just shy of 27 inches. I don't want to fool with taking no picture of him. What we do though, we put them on an approved measuring board with an identifier, which I got in the hatch there, and date, time, GPS stamp, and all that. That's how that process works. Well, I'm gonna take this gizzard here that's done kick the bucket on us, and we're gonna put him on there. We'll switch out that head since that other fish threw it off or eat it one. There's another bite though, 2 bites technically. All right. Let that line go out. I'm gonna throw the rest of him here in the cooler. Put him on ice. All right. How about that though, man? That fish popped free. I almost said some cuss words, and then either the same fish or a different one snatched that bait again. We have veered way off while I was doing that. We got to get back over here to the left. But yeah, folks, to wrap it up, anyway, the litter box, litter robot, very expensive purchase. I was very fearful of spending that much on a, oh, buddy, that's a little better fish right there. That's a little better one. Can we keep this one hooked up? Can we keep this one on the hook? Can we keep him out of the live bait line? We've had time out here today between the snags and the tangles. We not off to the best start, but things are going to get better. I can feel it. I'm feeling optimistic today. This is going to be a better fish than the other 2. He swam up here to us, is what he's done. Pretty sure it's a blue. Don't let me forget to flip the bell over on the other reel too, y'all. There's our sinker. Where's the fish? Yeah, that's a better fish right there. Oh my gosh. We're putting that live bait rod up, folks. This fish here, this is the worst nightmare. He's not only is he in our live bait rod, he's also in our other line that we were just letting out. Oh my gosh. We're putting that live bait up for a minute, folks. Or putting on one of them smaller baits right there or something, man, because this is 3 fish and 3 damn tangles. I want to say some cuss words right now, but I ain't gonna. I'm gonna maintain my composure best I can in case these virgin ears listening right now. But it's hard for me. I'm trying to be positive and I'm feeling positive. But this fish right here's made it hard. He's worth some front camera time too. This one's definitely bigger than what we need for our slot tournament. He's a good fish. Boy, he is wrapped up in everything, though. Gosh dang it. I need some slack somewhere. I don't know what the hell's going on. Somehow or another, my other line on the left is all tight on me for some reason. Boy, this fish right here, man. Oh, I know what it was. My bait down there was hung. It's hung and he was in the slack, I guess. What a mess. What a mess, folks. What a mess. That's a pretty good fish, but what a mess. I'm at least going to get that front camera mount out for this one. Okay, y'all take a picture of me and this fish that has caused us so much problems right here. Let me fix that camera mount. What a disaster. Fish, I'm happy to see you, but boy, what a mess. So that one ate the gizzard shad midsection and then proceeded to swim through everything. You dang fish. Why couldn't you have swum the other way? All right. There he goes. I would give him a fist pump, but I ain't feeling like a fist pump right now. What a mess. Let me get you all back here in the chest here. While this is the reality of fishing, folks. If you're an idiot like me and you fish with way too many damn rods in a kayak, this kind of thing is going to happen. And the live bait, that gizzard shad is so big, he can kind of do what he wants back there. And so he's going to be more inclined to get into some other lines and tangles with him versus, say, if we put on one of these smaller shad, it'll be far less likely because they're just going to get pulled behind. Like, they're not going to be able to take the hook and all that with them wherever they go. That gizzard shad, he's big enough, he can do whatever the hell he wants, which is nice, you know. That's nice. All right, we're out of that one. Okay. There we go. Which one you want to reel in now? Let's do this. No, let's not. I was going to say let's go ahead and put on another bait and get it going out, but I don't want to until we get this mess resolved, because we'll just end up right back in it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully this ain't going to be too terribly bad. You know what? It's not going to be bad, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this right here. We're going to cut that. What a mess. There we go. Goodness gracious. All right, flip that bail over. Now we'll retie on this one, and I think we're going to be back in the game. I can't believe y'all got another tangle, folks. I can't believe it. Again, I mean, y'all have caught 3 fish out here today, and every damn one of us has got us in something. And that dog over there just will not shut up. I mean, it's a good-looking dog. But boy, if I was their neighbors and I had to listen to that dog bark nonstop all the time, I couldn't do it. Can you imagine? You work your whole life, you save up a bunch of money, you get you a nice house on the lake, on the river, your dream home. And you move in and your neighbor's got some dog that just won't shut the hell up. That would be a nightmare. So, as bad as our tangles have been, it ain't as bad as living next to these people right over here. Okay. Is our shad still lively? I think our shad's about had it there, folks. You know what? He's had it. So, you know what? Fine. I'm tired of him anyway. I had high hopes for them shad today, but I'm over it with all the tangles. So let's throw one of these small ones, and this hook here is too big for this shad, but we're going to roll with it. But I've been catching them. Not the last couple trips, but prior to that, I was getting a lot of fish on these live shad trolling behind the kayak. All right, I think we about back in business. We got to put another bait on that other rod over there, and I'm gonna take this shad we just reeled in. He's gonna be the one. We're caught on something on this line right here too. I don't know what we're caught on unless it's my rudder. I'm gonna fix that next. I'm gonna get some more line out here with this live bait. This is a small shad, but regular fishing buddies, man. You've seen me over the last couple months. I have caught a bunch of fish trolling them live shad behind us. I don't know what we're caught on. Oh my God. This is a damn nightmare, folks. A damn nightmare. Every time y'all come fishing with me, something goes wrong. I'm beginning to think maybe it's you and not me. There it went. Okay. All right. At some point in time, I got to start pointing the blame at y'all. Let's get us spun this way. Okay. Where'd my cutting board go? Oh. Something's got us on our live bait. Just like that. No, we're hung. Did that thing really sink all the way to the bottom that quickly? 20, oh my gosh. We can't make this stuff up. By God, it was on bottom. We'll see if I just broke off or bent a hook, broke it off. Hell with it. Hell with it, folks. We're putting that rod up. That's caused too much problems today. Too many problems. Let's get our shad here that's bit the bullet. We're going to take a body section here. I can't believe we've had so much problems with that live bait rod. I mean, just one thing after another after another. I mean, yeah, that hook is going to sink with that small shad on there, but I didn't think it was going to get down there that quick. You come fishing with me, it's always an adventure. If you're an idiot like me and you try to run multiple lines in a kayak, you're going to have some tangles and some nonsense. It's going to get a lot better now, though, that we're just down to 2 rods. It's funny, though, how time changes you. When I first started fishing out of a kayak, this would have been back like 2008-ish, I guess. You know, prior to that, I was fishing out of a boat, so I could fish with unlimited rods. And I go to a kayak, and of course it's new to me. Now, when you're new at something, it's best to start kind of simple, which I was doing. So I'd fish 2 rods. Well, as time went on, I got a more stable, better quality kayak. I start pushing the limits. Go from 2 to 4 rods, and then 4 to 6. And of course, the more rods you get, the more tangles you get, and so forth and so on. And kind of settled on 4 rods for a while. But over the last year or two, I've just almost just kind of, I felt compelled to try to simplify things a little more. And so I find myself using 2 rods most of the time. Yeah, sure, if I'm suspend fishing, we can put out a couple more rods behind us. And lately I've been running the live bait rod while I've been fishing my 2 primary catfish rods. But two rods is way more manageable in a kayak. It's plenty enough. If you're fishing where you need to be, when you need to be there, 2 rods will keep you busy. And if you, oh, there's another fish. Nope, he let it go. Let it go. But I mean, if you're in a productive area, 2 rods is going to keep you busy. If you're not in a productive area, well, hell, you can fish 8 or 10 rods and it ain't going to get you bit. If fish ain't there, they ain't there. And that's why, there's been several of these planer board guys show up to our national trail event tournaments the last couple, 3 years. And, well, I mean, those of you that have watched the tournament videos, you've seen me whoop a far out of these guys at a lot of these events. I literally, last year, I won half the tournaments I went to, and oftentimes going up against guys that were running 8 and 10 rods. And it didn't matter because I was putting my baits where they needed to be. And sure, if you're in a productive area and you got out 10 baits, well, you might have 10 fish hooked up at once, but what a nightmare that would be to deal with. Plus all the planer board nonsense and all that crap that they got going on. So the older I get, the more I'm kind of making my way back toward a more simple way of fishing and kind of getting back to like 2 rods. There's a couple more fish on the graph we're coming up on. Our baits will be there in a minute or so to them. Well, we got past the dog, and now we got Lawnmower Man over here. I actually think that's Lawnmower Woman over there. I need to go talk to that woman's man. Her boyfriend or husband. I need to get advice from him on how he gets his woman to mow the yard. I'd like to, if he's got an instruction manual, I'd buy it. So I'd like to get my woman to mow the yard. I actually don't mind mowing. I enjoy mowing, to be honest with you. It's the weed eating I don't like. The weed eating and spraying weed killer, I don't like either one of them. If I could get her to do that, that fellow over there, he's got her trained right. Or maybe she's got him trained right. Maybe he's in there cooking and cleaning the house right now while she's out here mowing the yard. Either way, she's being a good teammate in that household right now, mowing that yard. She got one of them 0-turn mowers too. I got me one of them. This will be my second season with it, second mowing season with it. I love that thing. Should have done it years ago. Couldn't justify the expense. But once I finally did, I don't regret it at all. That's another one of them things like the daggone litter robot. Very expensive, but I don't have any buyer's remorse. At least not yet. If the litter robot breaks, we're outside of the warranty range on it, or at least the money back guarantee on it. If it breaks now, I'll probably have buyer's remorse. But the lawnmower, I got me one of them Skag commercial grade mowers, so I don't think I'm gonna have no issues out of it. I think it'll be good for a lot of years. I'll do the maintenance, well, I don't say I'll do the maintenance. I'll have a shop do the maintenance on it every year. One thing I've noticed about that though, when you mow on a zero turn, you get a lot dirtier than what you do if you mow with just a regular riding lawnmower, which that's what I had before. I mean, you'll just be covered in dust. It'll be up your nose, in your ears, all that. I wore a mask last year mowing, keep from breathing so much of it in. I think this year I'll probably get me some either like earmuffs or earplugs or something too to keep it from getting way down in your ears. She's up there talking to somebody. I'm curious. I'm nosy. I want to know who she's talking to up there. She's probably up there like telling her husband, "Okay, well, now that you've got the house clean, go up there and clean up my car too." She probably runs that damn house with an iron fist. Any woman that's going to get out and actually ride the mower, that woman's running the household, I guarantee it. A woman that runs the mower ain't a submissive type. They got something going on up there, though. I don't know what. Fortunately, we got a few docks up here, maybe you can see on the left. This creek mouth is coming up here beside us. I'm very curious to see if we get bit right there or not. If there's some fish maybe out there or maybe even right down here just below it. But once we got about past the creek mouth, we got 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 or 5 docks up through there. Once we get past that, there shouldn't be any more lawnmowers. There shouldn't be any more barking dogs. Like, we should have peace and quiet the rest of the afternoon. But there's another fish too. We got a few fish in this area. It ain't been lights out, although we've spent quite a bit of time picking out tangles. So who knows, if we'd been able to get baits set again in a timely manner, who knows what could have happened. Maybe we'd have a few more fish right now. I talk about that a lot, working efficiently when you're kayak fishing, because it's an inefficient platform to work from. But we've not been efficient today with what we've been able to accomplish out here. I almost feel like we've caught fish in spite of what we've done, not because of what we've done. We're catching them though, that's the main thing. Trying to stay, I've come close to saying cuss words a couple times. Between that last fish getting wrapped up in both of our other lines and then the switching the big shad out for a small one and immediately getting snagged on bottom and breaking off, I've come close to saying some cuss words today. But I hope the worst is over. I hope from here on out the rest of the day, me and you is just ready to relax and catch some fish. Get us a little wind burn on our nose and ears and get our get our full tan going here for spring. It's almost flip-flop weather, y'all. I'm looking forward to it too. Me and my girlfriend, we actually went last night, and I got done, well, I wouldn't say I got done catching bait. I got done attempting to catch bait. We went and got our toes done again. We've been, you know, last year I told the story how I had to go get a pedicure. It was a joke. And I ended up really liking it. Like, this fish likes this bait. He don't like it enough to stay latched on, though. I think that bait's still on there. When I pull it, feels like it's still some resistance. We'll leave it on there. It may, I hope it ain't foul hooked, but I hate to reel it in right now. But yeah, it started out as kind of a joke, and then I ended up kind of liking it. Once you have somebody else cut your toenails and shave your corns off, it's hard to go back to doing it yourself. So we tried a couple places, and at first when we would go in, I was fingers crossed, you know, just hoping to get one of them hot Asian chicks to be the one to cut my toenails. But over time, I realized when you go to one of them places, you don't actually want one of the young hot ones to do it, because they're not any good at actually cutting toenails. Yes, they're beautiful to look at, but they suck at their job most of the time. What you actually want to have happen is you want one of the old women in there to be the one to cut your toenails, and you want one of the young hot ones to end up doing your girlfriend or wife's toes, because then you get the best of both worlds. We had this place that we were going, and this older woman, I had her like a few times in a row, and she's great. And then my girlfriend would get one of the hot young girls doing hers. So I could sit there and look at the hot one while getting my toes done properly by the old one. It was great. It was an amazing system that we had going. Now, my girlfriend wasn't too happy about it because, you know, she don't even mind me looking at the hot girls in there. But she wanted her toes done right too, and them young ones just don't do a very good job most of the time. But anyhow, this woman, the older woman that I liked, she just wasn't there for a couple times, and I finally asked about her to one of the semi-English speaking people there. English, it's second language at best, it's never good. And apparently that woman's gone to Vietnam. Now, I don't know if she got deported or voluntarily went, but she's gone. I guess that's where she come from. So after that, we're like, well, all the rest of the people here at this place suck. Do we want to keep coming back here or try one of the other Asian spas in town? Because we got 10 Asian spas where I live. I don't know if it's actually 10, but it seems like it. There's a bunch. So last time we tried another place downtown, and it was pretty awful. I mean, they tried to upcharge you on everything. Like, they wouldn't shave your corns off as part of the package. Like, you had to pay extra for that. Fish. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna reel this fish in, and I'm gonna finish telling you about them corns. Y'all want to hear about my corns on my big toe. I know you do. This fish don't want to hear about it. This fish is disgusted by it. This fish, he said he ain't never seen a corn on somebody's big toe in his life. He said them fish down there ain't got no toes. The only toes he sees if there's possibly a dead body floating or something. That's terrible to think about, but I guarantee you, if there's a dead body that sinks down to the bottom of the river, there's probably some fish eating on it, you would think. I mean, I'd about be willing to bet you there are. come up here, fish. You too small. I'm not even fooling this one, putting him on the board. I didn't try on the last one either because I knew he was well over the size we needed. That head bait, it's still got the part of the bloody part sticking out there. Well, if this fish will ever calm down and contain himself, we will hopefully get that bait back. Here, let me get hold of you this way if you don't open your mouth. I'm gonna rehook that bait and we're gonna reuse it. Ornery old fish. He wanted to be measured and I wasn't gonna do it because, like I said, I ain't wasting time this month trying to measure fish that ain't gonna help us in a tournament. We ain't gonna fool with it. Let's reel in this other one. Yeah, it got hit. And I think it's still on there, but I want to make sure that it ain't foul hooked or something. Boy, I'm reeling in at a bad time too. Look at that mark right there we're going over. I'm reeled in at a bad time. And that bait's still on there. I am going to rehook it though. Okay, there we go. That's a big fish mark right there. All right. Hopefully that fish is swimming this way. Hopefully he's swimming forward. We can get a bait down there to him. We're coming right up here on this creek mouth right here. I thought there might be some fish either staged out here on it or just below it, possibly. So we'll see. Like I said, I've caught a bunch of both blues and flatheads here in years past around this time period. So I got a lot of confidence in the spot. It just ain't it just ain't done good the last 2 or 3 years. But back to the Asian spas. So we tried out a different spot, place downtown last time, and they were terrible. They wanted to upcharge you to shave off your corns. And then they didn't cut the toenails very short. So they grew back quick. And I think that's a way to kind of get you in there quicker. And I don't want to go but once a month. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's pricey, to go in there. I can't be doing that all the time. So anyhow, we were like, me and the girlfriend both were like, well, we don't want to go back to that place. So last night we tried a new one. Well, new to us anyway. It's been there a while. And I got a younger girl. She wasn't very attractive, but she was younger. And she actually did a pretty good job. Maybe it's just the really hot ones that are young that do a bad job. Maybe if you get an ugly young one, you got a better chance of them doing it right. But she did a pretty good job. And some dude did my girlfriend's toes, and she said, she enjoyed it. So I think we're going to go back there again until such a time that maybe we drive by the other place and we see that old woman that we like. Of course, if she's been deported, she's probably gone permanent. I don't know what her deal was. I'll tell you who else got deported, though. This was fascinating. I couldn't believe this. So, regular viewers, the last 3 years now, I have gone down to Florida in the winter. This past year I went down there 2 weeks, but nevertheless, I've stayed at a resort down there in the Florida Keys. It's a timeshare resort, and the last 3 years I have. Well, the first year I went with Elias V Fishing on YouTube. Him and his wife have like 3 weeks timeshares down there at that particular resort. In the following 2 years, is that fish on? Oh my gosh. I went to crank down and I apparently pulled it out of his mouth, and I hope the bait's still on. It don't feel like it's on. I feel like it's been ripped off. We just got to line back out. It's definitely gone. I'm glad we checked that. Let me grab another piece right quick before we get past this creek mouth. And I'm gonna tell you a fascinating story. I couldn't believe it when I heard this. It just, sometimes you never really know people, folks. You never really know people. You can't trust anybody. Let's see if we can get this bait on real quick. I'm ready to catch another fish. I'm tired of all these small fish just short striking us, ripping our baits off, catching a big fish, and then finally catching a big fish, and then him tangling everything up. Like, we're due for some good fortune here. All right, back out it goes. So anyhow, last 2 years that I've went, I have rented somebody else's week. And then, of course, this year, the person I'd been renting from decided to sell, and me and my girlfriend, we bought the 2 weeks that woman had available. So going forward in the future, we'll definitely have those 2 weeks. Won't have to worry about trying to rent or hoping a week comes available during that time period, whatever. But, so, the last 3 years that I've gone there, and this guy's apparently been there for a long time. As that rod got hit. Some activity right here at this creek mouth. It ain't a very deep creek, especially right now while the water's down. But it can be a productive creek. There's usually a lot of bait in there. And it can be productive. I gotta plug my battery thing in here, folks. Bear with me a second. There we go. Yeah, I hope that whatever that big fish we saw on the screen, I hope he's still around. Takes off one of these rods in a minute. So back to the story. So the groundskeeper at the resort down there in Islamorada we stay at, he does a great job. I mean, like, the place is very well maintained. Every time you go outside, he's working on something, like he's doing something. Like, I mean, the dude stays busy down there. And he's always been very polite, very friendly. English was never real great, but, you know, that's just part of it down there in the Keys. Like, most of those people down, at least the workers down there in the Florida Keys, a lot of people that live there have moved. The people who are born in the Florida Keys, I don't know how they can live down there, honestly. Everything's so damn expensive. But a lot of people have transplanted down there, moved down there. But this guy, phenomenal job keeping the place up, always very friendly. And he just seemed like a good dude. He just seemed like a really nice guy. He was always very polite, very helpful. One time I was loading my kayak up. It wasn't this past year, the year before, actually. I took my Old Town kayak and I'd backed the trailer down to the beach there, and I'd been fishing. I'd come back and I'd back the trailer down, and I was loading up, and he even offered to help me load the kayak up. So it's a really nice guy. Well, I'm in a Facebook group of this resort. You know, that's how I find out when people are renting weeks and whatnot. That's a better takedown, I think. And you just let it go. I was getting a little excited there for a second. Is the bait still on? It's the thing about shad. You always have to wonder, every time it gets hit, did they rip the bait off? I'm gonna chance it. I don't want to reel in right now because we're right here at this dang creek mouth. If the bait is still on, I don't want to pull it away right now. That was a pretty good tug on the line, though. Dang. We've had some misfortune today. We've had some bad luck so far. We're due to catch a break out here at some point. I'm gonna try to tell this damn story though. So anyhow, I'm in this Facebook group for this resort because people will post their weeks for sale or weeks for rent, or if anything's going on down there, like it's kind of just it's a way to kind of know what's up. And it's been a couple weeks ago now, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks. Somebody posted a news story from the local news down there. And it's the groundskeeper guy. He's been deported. And it's got a picture of him. You read the news story, they busted him at some coffee shop. They got him coming out of it there. ICE did, deported him. Apparently, he's like a big-time criminal. He's got like, he had child molestation charges against him, drug trafficking. Like, I mean, you read the rap sheet on this guy, he's a bad dude. You would have never known it. Interacting with him down there, you would have never known. Like, he was always polite and friendly. He did an amazing job keeping the place up. But by God, they got him. So he's been deported. And the comments on the post, I mean, most of which people were just in shock, because some of them people, like, this ain't your typical, okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good news, that head bait was still on. I'm glad we didn't reel it in. I'm so glad we didn't reel it in, because we would not have got this fish if we had. Curious about this one. It was a fairly nice takedown. He feels a little better than some of them small ones that we've got. He's not going to be no monster by any stretch, but I'll be curious to see what we get here. He'll either be too big for our slot tournament, or he'll be one we can put on board and maybe get close. At least I think, anyway. I hope he ain't got it. Boy, how good would it be if we could finally reel in a fish here and everything go right. Yeah, he ain't as big as I thought he was. I'll still put him on a board. I think he's going to be well short of what we need, though. He's still going on a board, fish. It's going to make his day. Yeah, let's bring him in like that. He don't want to open up. Open that mouth up. Let's get that hook out of you. Bust out our board here again. I think you're going to be well short of what we need, and he's, like I said, folks, these smaller fish just want to flip and flop and act a fool. Sometimes if you do that right there, squeeze their tail, they feel that constriction, they'll calm down. But they're an ornery bunch, I'll tell you. Yeah, he's short. 27.25. I ain't fooling to take a picture of him. This ain't no point in it. If he's on our score at the end of the month, we lose. So ain't worth fooling with. But it's another bite, man. Oh, nope. Oh, that one, golly bum. There's probably another one that size right there, probably. Another bite right there. We're right here. Our baits are right here. You know what let's do? I'm gonna hit the spot lock a minute because we're right here. Our baits are kind of right there at that creek mouth. You can see where we're setting at right here. That X marks the creek mouth. So our baits are right there at it. Let's set here. Is that fish we caught plus the other bite we just got? Let's spot lock here just a few minutes, see if we'll get bit some more. If we do, we'll keep setting here. If not, then we'll move on. Grab our other head. We already had cut. This one here, I'm gonna try to cast it just a little bit, but hopefully the little current we have will take that line back. These are, you know, dragging rigs, but we're gonna cast them out and just let them set on bottom. The float will certainly keep the bait off the bottom a little bit, but there we go. Let me just, I think that bait is still on. Let's just check it while we're sitting here. Yep, it's still okay. Okay. Yeah, let's give it 5 or 10 minutes just sitting here, folks. See what happens. If we get bit, we'll sit here a little longer. If we don't, we'll move on. But I just want to see, let's just see what's going on right here. Y'all know me, I love fishing me some creek mouths, especially if they're the type of creek that's just loaded with bait, and this one here always is. But yeah, so this guy, man, I would have never thought it. Like, I mean, and it ain't like this is like a young, you know, I'm not trying to profile, but like a young Pablo Escobar type guy, man. He was an older dude. And just, I mean, rap sheet, child molestation, drug trafficking. I mean, he's a bad dude. And people in the group, of course, the story got posted there and it's got him. I mean, he's on the damn news. And people, of course, can't believe it. They were shocked like I was. Like, really, that guy? Like, he's really? But sure enough, but man, some of the comments, once you get past the shock, then there's the other group, like, oh my God, I bring my kids there every year. And because a lot of these people, like, this ain't the typical timeshare type thing. Like, you know, when you think of timeshares, you think of, at least I do anyway, like Disney or Hilton or, you know, one of those big hotel chain type things where people's always getting like the pushy timeshare salesman people, them sleaze bags that try to swindle you out of money. Like, that's what you typically think of. But this timeshare, you know, resort is probably too fancy a word for it. It's not really, it's a nice property, but it's not really what you would think of at a resort. But most of the people there, they've been going there their whole lives. Like, it's mostly older people. Like Elias and his wife, her family had been going there forever. And so it's just everybody knows everybody. Like, whatever week you have down there, you see those same people every year, pretty much. So a lot of them you know, were obviously in shock because they had known this guy for, apparently he's been working there a long time. And so a lot of them were in shock, but then a lot of them immediately went to like, oh my God, my grandkids were there, or how, oh, boy, that didn't take long, did it? We just cast that thing back out. Sitting here in front of this creek mouth. This one right here is gonna fight a little bit. Well, I tell you, man, this area right here has produced some numbers of fish. It's definitely been better today than the last 2 or 3 years that I have tried coming down here. At least as far as numbers goes. This one here is one kind of in that around the 30-inch range. Oh my gosh. I tried to boat lift him in and I just snapped I guess I had a weak point in my leader. I've been using these same leaders for a little while, and I'm trying to be positive today, folks, but boy, things just keep happening. Things just keep, he was one too that was possibly going to be in that range we needed for the slot tournament. And we just can't catch a damn break today, man. I'm wanting to cuss real bad. I'm wanting to cuss. Between the tangles, the short strikes, breaking off a hook now, breaking off, hell, we broke off the live bait rig there earlier. Like, man, just, I'm having a hard time staying positive at the moment, folks. I'm having a hard time. I want to be positive. I'm having a real hard time with it right now. Let's get another, this note card here, that's my tournament identifier in case y'all were wondering. Don't let me forget, if we do ever catch one that's worth putting on the board and taking a picture of, don't let me forget to put that that'd be the next thing we screw up today. That'd be the perfect thing to screw up. Finally get one that's a perfect score, exactly what we need, then forget to put the tournament identifier in the picture. That would be perfect. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Well, at least it happened on that fish there, not on a big one. I need to change my leaders more often than I do. I'm real bad about that. Like, I'll use the leaders until that happens, till I break off. I'm real lazy when it comes to tying on new leaders. But I keep these things pre-made, pre-tied in the hatch of my kayak here. And one thing I will say that I really like about the inline dragging sinkers is you can store everything together. Your leader, your sinker, it's one knot. And you don't have to take them on and off and everything when you're done fishing at the end of the day. So there's good and bad about those sinkers. They're not the bee's knees that I thought they were when I first month there that I had them, and I just wasn't snagging with them at all. But they do still have some value to me. I'm gonna have to pull this bag of shad out because I can't see anymore. Can't see where the other gizzards are at in there. There's just one. There's just a gizzard. Put the head back in there. And we will take the body and throw it back out while we sit here. Yeah, I'll throw out that tail too right there. I don't want to fool with it. Goodness gracious, I can't believe that though. I mean, we've just had One thing after another today, it just don't make sense to me. Maybe that means the next time we go out, everything's going to go right. Some days, just everything goes wrong. Sometimes, days are just, they're productive, and you accomplish everything you want to get done in a day. And other times, it's like if you wake up, put your pants on, maybe fart a couple times, that's about all you're going to get accomplished on that particular day. And I feel like that's the kind of day we're having out here. Things just keep going wrong. All right. Let's sit here a little while longer and see if we get bit again. I lost the end of my rod off there too. It'd be another thing to go wrong if that happened. But yeah, anyway, to put a bow on this story, part of the people were super upset with the management of the timeshare resort that they had hired this guy to begin with. Like, you know, how do you not do a background check on this guy, right? Like, how do you let him? Is the spot lock not working? Did I accidentally hit the button? What's going on here? We're drifting back on our lines here. That's one more thing to go wrong. Drifting right back on top of our lines. What the hell happened? Let's try this again. All right. Well, it's working now. I don't know what went wrong there. It was blinking like it was working, but it clearly wasn't because we were drifting backwards. But yeah, people were like, oh, how could they hire this guy and not do a background check? And yada, yada, yada. My grandkids was there. My kids were there. Blah, 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 blah. And then the other group of people was like, they probably had him at a cheap rate. I mean, the fact that he didn't have a background check, they were probably paying this guy under the table. And he was probably happy to have whatever, because, I mean, it ain't like with that kind of criminal record, it ain't like he was going to be getting a real high-paying job anyway. So now people's like, great, now all our maintenance fees are going to go up, right? And so you had both ends of the spectrum on it. I don't know what to think about it, honestly. I mean, it's you never really know people. On one hand, you can really only go by like your personal interaction with somebody. And mine, of course, was positive with this guy. On the other hand, it's hard to look past, like, people can change. And if somebody gets arrested and they break a law, a crime, they go to jail, they pay their debt to society, whatever, like, I think those people deserve hold on, this fish is going to deserve a hook in the mouth. Has he got it? Come on. Fish hit it several times. You can see, well, we've drifted back. I don't think we're drifting right now, but let me just cast this out again. We had definitely drifted back the first time. But yeah, like, you know, if somebody's a criminal and they go to jail, they serve their time, they get out, like, I think they ought to be able to get a job and be able to live normally again. But at the same time, too, with that said, there are some crimes, and the child thing with this guy is definitely one of them. Like, there's some crimes that's just on a different level. And I don't know his story. Like, I don't know what his situation was. Like, was it a situation where he was 18 and his girlfriend was 16 and her parents got mad at him and now he's on a list for life? Or was it him being a grown-ass man and doing something inappropriate with a child? You know what I mean? Like, there's lines there that it just shouldn't be crossed, and if they're crossed, I don't care if they've paid their debt to society or not, like, they don't need to be around kids and stuff. And this resort, while it's mostly older people, there are some people that'll bring their kids in there and stuff, and that guy shouldn't be around them in that situation. So I'm very conflicted on it. And I obviously don't know his situation. Of course, in his situation, it don't matter. His ass been deported. They done sent him back to, I think it was from Cuba, maybe? I can't remember what the article said, where his country of origin was. But yeah, I mean, just crazy time. Like, you just never know. It honestly, when I read the story, I was thinking about, like, how many times have you seen on the news where some criminal gets busted for something? Like you see it on all these serial killer documentaries where they'll interview the person who lived next door to the serial killer, and they'll be like, I just can't believe it. This was the nicest person ever. He was always so polite and friendly. I would have never believed he could kill 35 people. That's like me with this news story about the groundskeeper down there at the resort. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe this guy was a drug trafficker. This guy was inappropriate with kids. We got another rod going down right here. We got another rod. This fish is swimming with it. Oh no, another one. We've lost it. But we're getting some action right here at this creek mouth. But we just can't keep them buttoned up. I think they're just really small fish, what I think. Well, now you got your back. That's what we need. That's the one thing we've been missing today is a backlash. We need a backlash so deep we got to cut it out. I had one of them down there in Alabama. I had to cut off about half my line. I messed it up so bad. This one here I've messed up pretty good too. We needed that. We needed a backlash today. Just because, I mean, if we're going to have every damn thing go wrong, let's have it all go wrong today. Golly, Bob. One thing after a damn another. All right. All right. Let's give it a few more minutes. We're still getting bit. I don't want to just pull up and go again because we're getting bit right here in front of this thing. But at the same time, too, if it's smaller fish that are here, I'd like to kind of get on the move and see if we can run into something bigger. Like I was mentioning, this stretch of river, when it was at its, I mean, at least at its peak for me, you would get a bunch of fish the size that we've been catching, along with some really big fish too, sprinkled in, big blues and flatheads. So I know the potential for better quality fish is here based on what I've caught in the past, but I don't want to spend a great deal of time on these small fish if there's not something better around. And we may not find, I mean, we've got that one pretty good fish that tangled up all our lines, but we may not find nothing bigger just by keep going the way we've been going, but it's worth investigating anyway, worth checking out. So yeah, folks, crazy things going on down there. People's all up in arms about it. Some of them's pissed off at the company for hiring him to begin with. Other people pissed off that they got rid of him because now they're going to have to hire somebody that they do a background check on and can't pay under the table, so maintenance fees might go up. It don't matter what happens. There's some group of people going to be pissed off in life. It's like that with everything, man. There's always, you can't never, no matter what you do in any aspect of life, you can't ever please all people at once. It just ain't possible. You always going to be pissing some group off. I hear, oh, that may be a lawnmower woman over there again. I was hearing something like a boat coming up behind us, but I think it's just lawnmower woman. There's a launch in this creek over here, which is the one I normally use when I fish this area. But when the water's down, it can be hard to get in and out of. And so I went to the one downriver from here today and just made the run up. And I knew for sure, although didn't get as many gizzard shad as I would have liked, I knew we would have a chance at some gizzard shad. Well, I knew for sure we'd have a better chance at gizzard shad down there in the other creek than up here. Although this creek up here always has some shad in it, but oftentimes you see more. It seems like there's more thread fins up here, whereas the other creek that we launched in has more gizzards. But I could be way off on that. That could just be my experience with it. All right, let's get on the move. Let's start making our way back up this ledge. We'll get our direction, and then we'll set our speed. And while we're doing that, let's let out some more line now that we're going to be on the move. We need to get some distance between us and our baits. All right. Well, it was good to sit there for a little while, at least check it out. We got some bites. Lost that one fish that might have helped us in the slot tournament. I guess y'all gonna be my fishing partners in this slot tournament this month, because I'm gonna bring you with me as we do it. Need 10 fish that don't touch the 30-inch line. Winner, I think, 30 people, I think it's close to $300. It's not a lot of money for the number of people. But the entry fee ain't very high either. It's $25 entry fee. 20 of it goes to the pot, $5 of it goes to some expenses, I guess, the app that we use, the insurance, whatnot. So, not a lot of money in the pot. But the big thing, and what got me to do this anyway, folks, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. Maybe I was going to and got interrupted, or either way, maybe I've already said this. But what got me interested in doing another one of these slot tournaments, even though I've grown to not like them just due to the number of fish you have to measure, is at the end of the season, the points winner is getting a new kayak. That's the payout for the points winner. And the points winner is determined by your 5 best monthly scores. So the tournaments are April, May, June. There's no tournament in July, then August and September. And maybe October. How many is that? April, May, June, August, September, October. I feel like there were 7 tournaments. Maybe it's the one in November too? I don't know. But regardless, there's a fish here. We just got on the move, and oh, he let go. Boy, we've got just, I think there's a small fish just grabbing that bait, not getting the hook too. He's back after it now. Nope. Just a tease. But the points, everybody will be ranked, right? Like at the end of the month of April, the turn will run April 1st, April 30th. Whoever wins will get 100 points. Second place, 99, third place, 98, so forth and so on. At the end of the season, your 5 best scores will go toward the end of the season points race. So ultimately, you hope to have 5 wins, right? That would be 500 points, the maximum score possible. And whoever wins that kayak, brand new kayak. It's a new canoe, unlimited. So I'm gonna try to win me that damn kayak. You know, the monthly payouts aren't very great because of the lower entry fee, but you just do the fishing that I'd be doing anyway. I mean, it's not like we're going out of our way trying to do something different. Like, well, I'm just gonna fish how I would normally fish. And just, of course, we'll have to measure 1 million fish, put them on the board, take pictures of the ones over 29 inches. But if we can do that and do well, we're gonna win a kayak potentially. So from that aspect, I guess it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile enough it got me to sign up for at least 1 month. We'll see how this month goes. We'll see how over it I am by, you know, by the time I've measured, because you're gonna have to, this is what people don't understand about these slot tournaments. Everybody's like, oh, well, you just got to catch like fish that are 29 3/4 inches. Like, that's easy. I do that all the time. Once you start putting them on a board and measuring them, you realize you don't. You'll catch, sure, you'll catch maybe you catch a bunch of fish. Maybe you do. But are they all 29 3/4? Hell no. They're going to be some 27 inches, some 28 inches, some 31 inches. Like, getting the fish you need to be that perfect score, you got to catch a bunch of fish over the course of the month. And that requires you to not only catch those fish, but then put them on the board to see where they lay on the actual measurements, and then get your pictures and all that. So, like, you got to put a lot of extra time in to just, I'm not going to put extra time into the fishing part. Like, I'm going to fish how I normally fish. But just the part of physically laying the fish on the board, we're going to have to put a bunch of fish on there this month to get what we need. So, and it'll come in spurts too. Like, if you notice, I don't know if y'all noticed, but with me having done a bunch of these slot tournaments in years past, you will oftentimes find fish that are around the same size. Like, if you get on fish that are 22 inches, most of them will be 20 to 24 inch range. When you get on fish that are 28 inches, most of them's going to be 26 to 30 inch range. Like, they all kind of school around the same size together. So what we hope to happen at some point over the course of the month is to get on a day or an area where we kind of get on them fish that are in that 28 to 30 inch range and get several of them, just boom, boom, boom. That's what we kind of hope to happen. The tournaments, the slot tournaments I've been in the past, if memory serves me, I think those were 5 fish, and this one is 10. So, well, what's going to happen with this rod? Is he going to stay hooked up? This feels like a little better one. Ooh, Ooh, he's taking line. This is a good fish. He's still taking line. Oh man, this is a good one. This is a good one right here. All right, man. All right, this was on the midsection. We were on the move. We were moving half a mile an hour. Boy, when he took off, man, he nailed it and was going with it, buddy. This is definitely going to be the best fish of the day right here. So far, anyway. Right above this creek mouth. We got an osprey over here singing my praises. You hear him? He's cheering me on over there. This fish is coming at us. He's kind of going toward the other side over there. I hope he don't end up in that other line. I feel like I've had enough tangles today. Had enough tangles today to last me a week. It's a blue. I felt him rolling just then. Come on up here, fish. I want to get a look at you before something goes wrong. We've had so much go wrong today. I just feel like it's coming. I'm just waiting on the next shoe to drop. This is a good one though, right here. He is right under us right now. He's just down there, man. Come on up here, fish. Let me get a look at you. This is gonna be a good one. Where are we at? There's the top of my sinker. Where's the fish? Good fish. Yep, that's a good one right there. Whoo, all right. Nice. Man, that's a good fish. I'll be damned. Of course he got another line. I'll be damned. Of course he did. It's that kind of day, man. That kind of day. Every fish we catch is going to find the other line. But this one right here is actually worth getting a tangle for right here. This one's a good one. I'm going to play him out just a little while longer because he's still spry, man. I can feel him. He's still wanting to fight a little bit. This is one of them I want to wear down just a little bit before we bring him into the kayak. I think he's hooked good. Oh, I see my line right there. He ain't wrapped up in it too terribly bad yet. Let me see if I can get him in. Nice. All right, blue kitty. Goodness gracious, I thought that thing was going to come undone. Easy peasy. There it went. Okay. Gosh dang it. Y'all, we just can't catch a break, man. It's just one damn thing after another. Now, there. Okay, that was the easiest tangle we've had yet. Now I'll fist pump it. By gosh, that's a good one. Y'all sit up there and take a picture of me, would you? Take a picture of me and this fish. That's a good one, buddy. Uh-huh. Nice. Easily the biggest one of the day. That camera's crooked too. We ain't gonna have a good picture of me and you fish. We gotta fix that camera mount, don't we? Add that to my to-do list, would you? He said he ain't gonna do nothing. This fish ain't gonna help me at all. Oh man, this one here. I'm gonna set him down just a second. I wanna show you this, y'all. I want you to check this out. This is interesting. Look at this fish's head. If I can get him to lay right, get my foot out the way so we can get some light on it. Look right here, his whisker. His nose whisker, it's bifurcated. See, that one's just a little short stub. That in there, bifurcated. How about that? All right. Okay. Let's get you out of here, fish. That's a good one right there, man. That was probably 40 plus inches right there. Nice. Yes, I'll fist pump that, buddy. We'll definitely fist pump that one. All right, man. I'm feeling more and more optimistic about this area. This one, what do we got going on here? I think it got caught in my rudder. Okay, there we go. Now that rod's going back out. That one ate the midsection. Oh, got any more big gizzard shad? There's another one. Nice, man. Y'all, that makes me happy. That one was fun too. Like when they pull a line like that, when they're ripping drag and just won't slow down, like that's a rush, man. That's fun. That was a fun fish to catch. I feel like the universe done us a solid right there. We were just having problems today. Everything just wasn't going our way. All the tangles and break-offs, and that's the universe just saying, Justin, good job for sticking with it. Good job for maintaining a positive attitude. We're going to reward you with a fish. And they did. We just got rewarded. The universe just served that fish right there up on a platter for us, and he was a good time. All right, man. You know what I'm gonna do too? Since we're done with the live bait for today, let's dump this bucket. Most of them shad that's left in there's dead anyhow. There we go. Let me clean all that out. Let me wash this out too a little bit right here. This kayak's a mess. Anytime you throw a cast net in a kayak, you're going to get a mess. Sticks and shells and mud and all that. This thing needs to be cleaned real good. All right. Let me veer us back over here a little bit to the left, try to get back on that ledge. Oh, man. Y'all, that was awesome. I'm still pumped up about that fish. That one just made my day, and it made me a lot more optimistic that this area is going to be more productive this year. You know what I kind of want to do? So tomorrow, I'm going to flip that bell over now. Tomorrow, I'm going to fish the morning hours because the wind, about lunchtime, the wind is supposed to kick up real bad. I mean, it's going to be which is how it is, man. Every year in the spring, and I imagine it's like this all over the South, but here where I live, every year, March and April are your windiest months. You go out in the mornings, most days it's flat calm. By lunchtime, it's 30-mile-an-hour gusts. But tomorrow is supposed to be a real windy day, the second half of the day. But I'm thinking about coming out in the morning and fishing. And I'm thinking about coming back here. And based on the numbers of bites that we've got, and now that we've got 2 quality fish here, I kind of want what I'd probably do is bring my other kayak, my pedal kayak, one of them anyway. I got the Lynx and I've got the Old Town. But bring it and put in at this creek over here, because the ramp sucks. Is that fish, has he got it? Is he hooked? I think he has come undone. The launch over here sucks when the water's down. But for my pedal kayaks, with them being lighter weight, it don't really matter. I can put in anywhere. So I could come out here, put in at first light, because tomorrow morning is going to be a little bit warmer than this morning. This morning's cold. But come out here at first light tomorrow and just, he's back on that bait again right there. And just anchor down. Okay, maybe he's got it this time. He's got it this time. Let's see if we can keep him. Nope. Golly. We're snake betting out here, y'all. We're snake betting today. The universe said, Justin, we've rewarded you for remaining positive, but now it's back, right back to how things were going. All right. Let's get that going back out. Yeah, but we'll come out here in the morning possibly, anchor down right above that creek mouth, and sit there. Don't move. Just sit there and see what happens. We'll suspend baits. I'll bring what I've been doing lately is I run 4 rods. I've been keeping 2 with dragon rigs and 2 with suspend rigs on. We'll bring out the ones with the suspend rigs and sit there and see what happens. See how many fish we can catch right in front of that creek mouth. See if we get any better quality ones. One thing about this area that I mentioned there earlier was the number of flatheads I've caught through here over the years. Like, I've caught a lot of flatheads and some big ones. I don't, however, catch a lot of flatheads dragging. Maybe tomorrow we bust a flathead by setting up there and just anchoring down. Now, before you's going getting too excited, get your hopes up, it's very well possible we could skunk tomorrow. We might end up skunking. So if the next video ain't me sitting at that creek mouth, don't be surprised, because that's how it goes sometimes. You get on fish one day and the next day it ain't happening. And I don't know, I'm encouraged. There's one. That's a blue. He's rolling instantly, but he don't feel too bad. I could feel him rolling as soon as I picked up the rod. He don't feel terrible. He may just be rolled up in the line. Maybe I'm pulling him in sideways right now. That'll make them all feel bigger. But we're getting, today, although started out kind of frustrating, getting snagged nonstop and everything, like, it's turning into a productive day as far as numbers goes. We've got a couple better quality fish too. Like, this is turning into, despite all of the hassles we've went through with tangles and break-offs and such, this is turning into a pretty good day. Let's get this one up here and see what we got going on here. This will be one. This one right here will be one we measure, I reckon. If I can get the dang thing in without breaking him off like I did the other one. Put him back in the rod holder a second to find my glove. Learned my lesson here on boat lifting these fish today. Most days I can do it on the smaller fish, but today I ain't taking no more chances. I feel like if something could go wrong on us today, it's gonna happen. Calm down, you old fish. See what happened there? I dropped you. Because you want to flop around and act that way. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get closer with this fish. This one we will take a picture of right after we reel in this fish. You sit there and think about what you've done, Blue Cat. We're on some fish right here, man. That one there is going to be over 29 inches. He'll be one to help us. I hate leaving fish out of the water like that for very long, but this fish here bit at the wrong time. We probably just went through a little school of them here, truth be told. This one in my hand I don't think is going to be quite as big as the other one. Oh, he's not. He's much smaller. Let's get this one going real quick and get this bait going back out because it's still in his mouth. We probably need to switch that bait, but since we're going to get it back, and since we need to get this other fish some pictures of him, there he is, just a little one. Let's just rehook this and send it back out. And get that one going back out. Okay, let me grab our tournament identifier. Let's set our bucket out here out of the way too. This will make this easier if we can maybe put this up here. Let's set him up there. This one's actually being somewhat cooperative for us here. Oh, crap. Okay. All right, they got to have their head against the board. Got to get maximum length out of them. He'll be 29 and a half. We'll just take a few pictures there. Yeah, he touches that 29 and a half. Let me just make sure the bottom part of his tail isn't actually longer. Most of the time the top fin is the longest, and this one's the case with this one, but yeah, 29 and a half, folks, that's perfect. All right. That one will probably be on our final score at the end of the month. Let's get him going real fast. See you, buddy. There he goes. Nice, y'all. We've had some more good luck today. Now, we put our bucket behind the cooler there. I feel like that thing's gonna fall off. I hope it don't. Let's get another chunk. Boy, tomorrow we're going to be using smaller shad. We've gone through our gizzards for the most part. There's another one. That midsection, though, is getting our better quality fish. And the skipjack midsections, when I've had them, have been getting better quality fish. Normally, head baits are where it's at for the bigger fish, but every day's different. Yeah, we need 9 more fish like that, y'all. If we can get 9 more, we'll be in good shape. Got plenty of time to do it, too. All right, there goes that line. Clean all that literal doo-doo off my hand. Shad are the dirtiest fish in the history of the world. All right, boy, I'm feeling way better now. We've got our big fish. We've got a fish to help us in the slot tournament. Things are working out. All right, turn my phone back off here. People's apparently been messaging me while we've been let me see. Boy, these people right here piss me off. Y'all get these messages here. Hey, reaching out again from TLS. This is one of them buy your land companies. Following up my last message about your empty plot, you're able to quick call, upfront, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, you can reply and they won't send you the messages anymore, but you know who will? The next company just like them. They have been just relentless lately. East Tennessee is very fast growing. Like everybody's moving here. And so I get things in the mail and these calls all the time, people wanting to buy my house and buy my land. Where I live now, I've got my house, which was originally on, I think it's like 1.17 acres, I think it is, if memory serves me. And then I bought the land, it goes beside and behind my house for another 2.9 acres. So I've got like just over 4 acres of land. But I guess these real estate companies, they go down to courthouse and they get a list of people who have lots that don't have houses on them. And then they just start sending mass messages to you, letters in the mail. They get your phone number, they'll start messaging you, and calling you. Like, it's just obnoxious. Like, if I want to sell, you ain't going to have to come to me. I'll come to you. I will list it for sale, by God. I mean, you'd have to be crazy. In the market that's going on in East Tennessee right now, the housing market, which is booming, you would have to be crazy to sell your house to one of those type companies. List that thing on MLS and have a bidding war. Like, you're not going to, these companies that pay pennies on the dollar, they want to give you $5 and a pack of bubble gum for your house. Unless your house is just a complete dump. Like my neighbor girl, she had destroyed that house. I mean, it was absolutely destroyed. She took one of them deals. And even her, like, I think she could have done better putting it on the market just as is. Somebody, just because of the location and the size of the house and the property and everything, would have probably given her more than what she got from one of those type real estate companies, even though she had wrecked it. But man, they're relentless lately. One of them there had messaged me while we was catching these fish out here today. I know what I was doing with my phone. I was going to show you how we submit them fish. Let me delete and report junk on that message there. Okay. All right, so you go into the app here, it's the Fishing Chaos app, and we are going to submit catch. We're going to go blue cat, hit OK on that mess. You're going to type in your length, which ours was 29.5, 29.5, not 290.5. And then we're going to hit add photo, which I'm going to do here off camera because it's going to pull up all my photos in my phone, and I don't know what all's on there right now, so I don't know if you all want to see it. I know you all want to see it. I don't know if I want you all to see it or not. So anyway, I've selected now one of the pictures, and let me just make sure that's one that, make sure it touches that line right there. I'm looking in there on it. I think we're good. So, yeah. And then you've got your picture, you've got your length, your type of fish, and then you just hit submit. And it'll put the date, time, GPS stamp from your picture into the app there so they can make sure you ain't at no pay lake or anything like that. You got to be on public waters for this tournament. And we've only got 2 bars of LTE, so it'll take a while here. But if you in better cell service, it'll upload it instantly. But AT&T for the win, it's going to take a minute or so here to get that fish uploaded. And then once it's submitted, you're on the leaderboard. It's a live leaderboard. And it will eventually pull up if we ever get past 81% uploaded. I was going to try to show you all this, how we do it. Okay, there it went 100%. Okay. So you go down here, the leaderboard, and looks like 4 people now have submitted entries. And 23.5, 22.5, 23.25, 21.5, and 27.5. So we've got the closest fish to the actual slot limit thus far. And yeah, awesome. We're in a good spot. Nice, y'all. And as we're making our way up the ledge, look what we're coming up on right now. That's a bigger fish right there. Our baits will be to that here in 30 seconds to a minute. I think we just stay on the move. There's another, I'm honestly not sure if it's a creek or just a little pocket up here on the left, but when the water's up, you will oftentimes see some shad flipping in there in the mornings, but with our water being down right now, I don't know if there's any water in it. It may be completely dry. So I don't know that it would be worthwhile for us to sit there and give it any time like we did the other creek. We'll probably just stay on the move. It's 4:58 right now, so probably maybe fish another hour or so. That way I can, because I put in at the launch downriver from here, I've got a pretty good ways to go to get back. And I definitely want to make it back before dark because I don't have my lights with me. I don't know what time it gets dark these days. I ain't been paying attention. We're in that point in the year now that we gain a minute each day of daylight. It's still dark in the mornings, but in the afternoons, we're gaining an extra minute of daylight. So that's pretty good, folks. 29.5 inches. That one probably will be on our score at the end of the month. Ideally, you'd like to have your 10 fish be, well, as many of them as possible, 29.75 inches, but a 29.5 inch, it's probably going to be there. So now we just need 9 more, and there was one hitting. Gave it a tap. I bet you that other one that I broke off, he would have been close. He may have been over possibly, but it would have been nice to get him on the board and measure him. Lesson learned though, folks. There's your pro tip of the day. Replace your leaders every so often. Between your leaders getting nicked up from abrasion and then too, just your hook's going dull. It's good to check those things. I'm very bad about it. Like I'll run the same leaders for a month or more sometimes. I don't know why I'm so lazy with it. I just am though. I'm having a good time out here though, folks. Oh, watch this. Did you see that osprey? I saw him coming out of the sky right there. He got him something too. I see it in his talons right there. He got him a shad. Them ospreys, buddy, they're something else. They're obnoxious when you get around them because they're like that dog first of the video, just wouldn't shut up. But they are impressive predators. Like their eyesight must be incredible. Because they'll be flying around and all of a sudden you'll just see them swoop down and snatch them fish. I never got him one. But yeah, I'm having a good time out here. All in all, like it's, despite everything that's happened, like we've caught several fish now. We've got a couple better quality fish. We've for tournament purposes, we've got one fish that's going to be on our final score at the end of the month. Like it's, and you know, again, like we've caught these fish that we've caught, these smaller fish. We could have submitted all of them. I mean, we could take however many fish we've got and just submit them, and that app will cull the fish. So like, let's say we had 10 fish on there. Your 11th fish, if it improves the score of one of the others, then it will automatically delete the smallest of the other fish you've submitted and replace it with the one that you've upgraded to. Like, we could totally do that, but I just don't feel like it's worth the time and effort to submit them fish that we've caught there that we know can't help us win. Like, if I can't win or cash, like this tournament pays, well, let me tell you, I've got the thing right here. Let me just tell you what the payout is. 30 people in it. First place will get $275, second 165, third 110, and fourth $29.40. Oh, and this pays 5 places. Make sure I'm looking at that right. Yeah, fourth $29.40 and fifth $19.20. But really, I mean, you need one of them top 3 spots. It really is what you need. So, I mean, you know, we could have put them other fish on. I just don't think it's worth the time to do so because we know what the score is going to take, especially with 30 people. Like, it's going to take you're going to have to be within a couple inches of the best possible score, which what would that be? 297, 29.75. Why can't I do basic math? 29.75 times 10 fish, 297.5 inches is a perfect score. So, I mean, well, I guarantee the winner's going to have at least 295 in this tournament. At least 295. So them other fish we've got that's been 26, 27 inches, like it ain't worth fooling with, in my opinion. I'd rather go ahead, get them gone, get another bait back in the water. Now tomorrow, this time of year, I hate putting anything in stone because we could wake up in the morning and the wind be blowing 100 miles an hour, or I think we're supposed to get some rain or storms tomorrow afternoon. Those could come in early. But assuming that we do what I think I'm going to do, which is come back here to this creek mouth that we just passed up here a little while ago and spend the morning there just anchored. And we're suspending baits. We're not going to get tangled as much like we have today. So that'll help us work more efficiently. The second thing is it will be a quicker process. Getting the fish up, getting them unhooked, just because of the fact, like right now with us dragging, we've got out a lot more line. When we're suspending baits tomorrow in that creek mouth, I wasn't really paying attention to what depth it was when we were sitting there, but we're 23 feet now. It's probably 25 feet there at the deepest. We're going to have 22, 23 feet of line out. Like, it just don't take as long to get the fish up like it does when we're dragging with 80, 100 yards of line here behind us. So the process tomorrow will be a lot quicker as far as turning fish over, assuming we catch them. And based on how many fish we've gotten up through here today, you know, I'm gonna do something dumb and get my hopes up and be let down tomorrow, but I'm kind of getting my hopes up a little bit. So I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth coming back here. This time of year, I mean, again, history-wise, I've caught a lot of big fish, flatheads, blues. It's just, for some reason, and I don't know, I honestly don't have a clue what could have made the last 2 or 3 years so bad here. Is that one's, the small fish hit it. I really don't know what it could have been. But I mean, it's honestly, it's been dead when I've come here. Maybe my timing is just, maybe it's just my timing. My timing could have possibly been off. But it hasn't been anything the last 2 or 3 years like it used to be. And I'm glad we've come today, though. We will get back, though, pretty soon to doing what's been working them flats on the main channels. We're going to get back to that pretty soon. The wind forecast is going to be, this fish over here, buddy. He keeps, tell him to eat it if he's going to eat it. Commit to it. Okay, he just did. Good. You told him and he listened. Nope, he just let go. Let me go ahead and reel it in because I think he's stole the bait. I think he stole it. No, it's still on there. Hook good and everything. All right. But the wind this week is going to make things challenging for fishing some of the places that have, like those flats that we've been catching some fish on. When you're out there in the main channel and you're exposed to the wind, like you're kind of at the mercy of Mother Nature. Now, he's on that rod over there now. He found him another bait pulling by. I think a fish just hit this. This line just took off. Look at it go. He did. That fish hit it while we were letting that line. I saw my spool just started peeling off there. We've got potential to catch a bunch of fish tomorrow, y'all. Oh, this one here we don't want to catch. This right here is what's been pulling on our baits and not hooking up. And this little sub 20 incher probably. This is what's been plaguing us today. I guarantee it. But it's another bite. And we got one hitting this rod over here now. He's on there. This one's bigger than the last one. This one's definitely bigger. You know what I want to do though, because we're going through some fish. Let me just set him back there a second. I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to put on, we've been running the gizzard shad. I'm going to put on one of these smaller threadfin. The danger in doing this is that they're going to get ripped off very easily. But I'm curious to see how they will do, because tomorrow we're going to have to use those, because we've burned through our gizzard shad today. And I didn't get a whole bunch of them. But let's just get that line going back out back there. You know, we'll finish reeling this one in now. We'll get another bait going out on it, because we're clearly on some fish right here. It's 2 in a row. This one's definitely going to be better quality than that last little one. How much better quality? He's not a monster, so How much better quality he'll be, I don't know. We shall see momentarily, though. Yeah, a little bit bigger than the last one. I'm gonna put him on our board. Come up here, fish. Oh, boy, you done it to my thumb now. This is another one I want to just yank up here, but I can feel my leader. It's super abraded right there. Sure as I do it, we'll snap that thing off. I need to just replace this thing too. There. This one's going to be shorter than what we need. Pretty confident. Let me just see how close he is, though, to get my eyes again used to looking at fish that are, yeah, that's another 27. If the slot was 27 inches, we'd be good today. I think that's like the third one we've put on the board. It's been close to that. But not what we need. All right. Get that line going out. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. We're gonna run that one a little bit shorter, a little bit closer to us. I think, yeah, we do. We got another gizzard shad head that I just dropped. Thankfully, I didn't drop it overboard. Now let's put it on here. Yeah, tomorrow when we're suspending baits, we're going to have to use some of them smaller shad I got. But what I'll do is take several of them and put them on the hook and turn smaller baits into larger baits. That's how we'll go about that. You can take several small shad and you take them thread fins like that and put 4 or 5 of them on a hook. Look, you can make them look a little bigger. And it ain't like these gizzard shad that we've been using. Hell, it ain't like they've been very big anyway. They've mostly been on the smaller side, 5-6 inch range. I got to get us back here to the left though. We were creeping to the right while I was dealing with them fish. I wasn't paying attention. You can see how far we've drifted off in the middle of the channel. I want to be on the edge. I want to be on that break line over there. You'll catch fish sometimes out here in the middle, but you'll catch a lot more if you work the edges. So that's where I want to be. We'll get back over there directly. We let out a little bit of line on this right rod. I'm going to let out a little bit more here on the left one. We'll run one shorter, closer to us, and one farther away. Seems like I was saying something before that happened. Now I don't remember what I was talking about. It probably wasn't important, no way. Y'all, I heard a turkey up there. I saw a turkey on the way, multiple turkeys actually, but a big tom on the way to the launch that I used. He had his tail feathers all spread out and everything, strutting. I don't know when turkey season starts here. It may have already started for all I know. I'm not into the hunting. Daniel, Catfish Sumo owner, he made a spoof video for April Fool's Day. He took a bunch of my footage of my videos and he used some kind of AI voice thing to make, okay, that one's pulling. Boy, we've got another one. I tell you, man, I think we've got more bites above this creek than what we got down there below it. We wasn't running that one very far behind us. I'm gonna flip that other line over on this one. Flip that bail over, I mean. Be yeah, we've got a lot of bites in this stretch right up through here. I guess tomorrow, if worst case scenario, I ain't doing no good on the anchor bite, I could run up here, upriver, and drift until the wind kicks up. It's a spin drift. Come on up here, fish. I'm wondering if this fish didn't get in my other line. He did. I thought my other line was acting funny. Dadgummit, fish. We cannot get away from the tangles today. We just cannot do it. I got to be careful with this one too. Let's bring him on in. That hook is going. It's in the bottom lip there. I can't see it. You can see that shad hanging out of his mouth. We'd put that thread fin on there. Be careful. There we go. Let me take that thing back out your mouth too. Let's see what it looks like. I may reuse it. Let's get you going. I ain't fooling putting you on a board. Let's undo our line here. Thankfully, we got that fish before he rolled around every which way. Yeah, we'll throw that out. I should have given that fish that shad. Them things, them little ones like that, they just ain't gonna stay on the hook very good. They're gonna get ripped off easy and they're gonna tear. But this was the most common size of shad that I was catching in the cast net, so we matching the hatch, I guess you could say. We'll try it. If we got any more gizzard shad in that bag, I think I would like to save them till tomorrow, since we're not going to fish much longer out here anyway, and we've already got big fish today. Let me pull out this bag. See what we got going here for tomorrow. Got one head left. Yeah. There's one a little bit bigger gizzard shad. Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be a small bait kind of day, folks. We'll make it work though. And hopefully I'll get back on some larger baits again soon. These creeks have just been so blown out lately because of the rain and whatnot. It's just been more difficult. The last few times out, it's been difficult. But I was trying to say, Daniel played an April Fool's joke. He took my footage and some kind of AI voice generator, and he made it sound like I was creating another YouTube channel called Kayak Squirrel. I guess he was trying to trick people into thinking I was going to be doing squirrel hunting or something on video. Which, I mean, people do that, obviously. But I don't know how well... I don't know. There could be some squirrel hunting YouTube channels out there. Like channels completely just dedicated to squirrel hunting and could be doing really well for all I know. I mean, who would have ever thought a channel about kayak catfishing would do worth a damn? Yet here I am 10 years later still going strong. So you never know what's going to take off with people. I should look that up. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. I'm going to just type in. So anyway, let me tell you that. So Daniel just made that spoof video, and he was trying to trick people into thinking that I was making a channel called Kayak Squirrel. I don't know how many people fell for it. But, yeah, that's what he done, little trickster. I ain't seen, let me filter here. Let me go to search filters and type in and put in channel and see. I'll be damned. Something splashed over there. What the hell was that? Did y'all see that? I wasn't looking that way. I'm looking here at my phone. Flip that line over too. That might have been a carp or something. I'll be damned. There's literally a channel called Squirrel Hunter, and it has 132,000 subscribers with only 278 videos. So that's a lot of subscribers for that few videos. It says, although the channel name doesn't convey it, there are now 3 of us who contribute to it. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Let me see. Let me just go to their videos. Watch me get hit with a copyright claim if one of these things starts playing. They ain't posted in 3 months. Before that, 7 months ago. So they ain't very active. But some of their videos, I mean, that one there got 103,000 views. Oh, we got to focus on the fish here. Nope. We dropped it. Let me pull that back up. Who would, I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised by this. When they were posting regularly, though, they were getting a lot of views. I'll be damned. You just never know, man. Whatever it is that you're into, you can rest assured somebody else is too. Like, you're not alone. I don't care what it is that you do, how unique a hobby you may have. It could be a niche of a niche of a niche, but somebody is doing it and they're interested in it. And if you post videos on it, they're going to watch. I mean, when I started this channel 10 years ago, it's hard to believe, I can't believe it's been 10 years, but here we are. Kayak fishing hadn't really got super popular yet, and there was only a handful of people targeting catfish out of kayaks. I mean, it was truly, back then, it was a niche of a niche of a niche. But yet, this channel got some traction, and I don't know what my subscriber number is at the present time, 188,000 something, I think, which that's kind of a lifetime achievement award. I don't have 188,000 people that watch my videos. A lot of them just quit watching and never unsubscribed. But still, the fact that I took this small niche of something that I just love doing and made some videos and managed to get in front of so many hundreds of thousands of people that 188 and some odd thousand of them chose to not only watch, but hit the subscribe button. Like, it's incredible, because there's not 188,000 people that fish for catfish out of a kayak. They ain't. I don't think there's that many people in the whole world that do it. But you just never know, man. You never know what kind of people you're going to be able to reach just doing something that you love to do. I've been watching, some of you know about my midlife crisis I've been going through the last year, my regular viewers, where I'm reliving my old childhood and nostalgic and stuff for toys. So I've been into action figures a lot the last year. You wouldn't believe how many channels there are dedicated to collecting action figures. And I've been watching one named Kyle Peterson. He's probably my favorite of the toy videos I've watched. But he makes videos on every action figure that he buys. Have you got it? I don't want to make 3 cranks on the reel and you drop it, fish. I want you to be committed. All right, he promised me he ain't gonna let it go. You heard this fish, you heard him promise. I think he's gonna be so small we want him to let go. This one here, we don't even want to fool with this one. He's going to be one of them 20 inchers, I think. Another one that ate the shad, though. the whole shad anyway. I didn't even cut them things. I didn't cut them, put no slits in them, anything. Yeah, he's one of them 20-inch size right there. Sandwich size. Let that thing go. Give me that hookback fish. I don't know how many fish we've caught today, but it's been several now. Let me have it. If you'd open up, you old ornery fish, get out of here. You've had all the camera time you get. That's all he wanted. He wanted more camera time. You gotta watch them fish like that, man. They're attention seeking. They just after that YouTube click. But yeah, that Kyle Peterson fella, he makes a video about every action figure that he buys. Well, I say he buys them. Hell, I don't know. He might be sent them figures. But he's a hardcore collector. And he will do a review video for all these figures. And he's got, I think, almost 50,000 or over 50,000 now, maybe, subscribers. And it just goes to show you, man, I've said this so many times before, but like whatever you're into, there's an audience for you. If you put out videos, if you will film yourself doing whatever it is that you love to do, and if you will talk about whatever it is you love to do and teach other people, teach them how to do what it is you're doing, bring them along for the experience of doing whatever it is you love to do. If you will do that, there is an audience for you. I don't know how big. That's going to vary depending on the individual, the hobby of whatever it is that you like to do, how saturated that hobby is. I mean, if you're doing something that everybody else is doing, well, it may be hard to get noticed, right? Like you might be, you're a small fish in a big ocean, right? Like it's hard to get noticed. But in the squirrel hunting guy's case, like when I search for squirrel hunting channels, like it's him, like he's the only one. So whatever people are out there that are into that, they're going to find him. And that's kind of how it was. All right, we're back, we're rolling again. Battery crapped out, folks. Battery pack, it was all dead and gone, but we're back. I had filmed a channel members video and I didn't recharge anything after that. And my battery and battery pack combo normally lasts about 4 hours. And so because I had filmed a channel members video and a bicycle segment on this battery, we crapped out a little early. I forgot. I can't remember what I was talking about now. Oh, I was talking about the YouTube channel. Like the squirrel hunter guy, he's the only person in that genre with like literally his name. So like just then when I searched for squirrel hunting, his channel pops up, #1. Like that's who you're going to find. And it was like that too when I started this. One of the reasons I picked the name Kayak Catfish, I was trying to have everything be the same, like my social media handles and all that. And at the time, kayakcatfishing.com was taken. Somebody else owned the domain. So that's why I chose kayakcatfish.com for my website, which at the time I had a blog, which was a waste of time. I should, it was one of the things you don't know what you don't know. But obviously I would have rather had Kayak Catfishing because that's a more frequently searched term. But still, by having my channel name as what was being searched, it helped me get in front of more people. And like the squirrel hunt, like that's one of the things that's obviously worked well for them too. So if you're in a niche that not a lot of people are in, then by all means, put your channel name as something that's similar to what it is you're doing. If you are in a saturated niche, let's say you're into bass fishing, just as an example. I mean, there's a million bass fishing YouTube channels. it's going to be harder to stand out in that. Like, you need something else going for you to get in front of people on that. But it really just comes down to, when it comes to doing this YouTube crap, it's amazing to me who breaks out and who doesn't. I feel very fortunate that I've lasted as long as I have on here and gotten as big as I did. But it's completely, sometimes I think it's just completely random, the channels that break out and those that don't. But the one thing that, of the channels who do succeed, the one thing that most everybody has in common is they stuck with it. They stuck with it. They played the YouTube game, as far as not necessarily the type. I mean, they're going to make the type of videos that you want to make, but like the format, the length, video titles, thumbnails, like they just stayed persistent with it and figured out a way to keep going with it. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people are so close to breaking out and then they quit. And the other reverse end of that spectrum is a lot of people don't quit soon enough. Because there are some people that have put out hundreds of videos and never got any traction. And it's like, at some point in time, you got to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I've put out 300 videos and I've got 1,000 subscribers. Like, what you're doing, for whatever reason, I don't know, but whatever you're doing isn't working. So, I mean, I ain't telling nobody, if you're in that situation right now, I'm not telling you to quit. No, but if what you're doing, if you've been doing it for a long time and you've got 100, 200, 300 videos out and you're not getting any traction, well, whatever it is you're doing isn't working. So I'm not saying quit, but try something different. Try something different with your videos, the length of your videos, your filming style, something, because something's not clicking with it. So there's no point in continuing to do what you've done for 200 or 300 videos that's not working if it just ain't working. Like, you're going to know within about 100 videos, you're going to know what's going to work and what ain't. You may not know what's going to work for your channel, but you're going to know what ain't going to work. So I'm just amazed. I mean, it's amazing. Like, the time, the place that we live in now, this world today, no matter what it is you're into, there is an audience for you. It may be 10 people, it may be 10 million people, but somebody's going to watch. Somebody's going to watch you do whatever it is you love to do. And the more helpful you can be explaining things, teaching people who are interested in what you're doing, bring people along with you. One of the things I try to do in these long unedited videos is just bring you with me on a real fishing trip. Believe me, the crap that's happened today, if we were doing an edited kind of highlight video, all these damn tangles, breaking off a fish over here, getting the live bait snagged, like, that crap ain't making the cut, folks. I ain't putting that crap in there in a highlight video. Most people won't. But this fish, can we keep him hooked up? It's another one on that small shad. He's going to be another tiny one. Yeah, that's another one of them old. I wouldn't even know if he's eater size or not. He's so dang small. He's skinny too. Boy, not only is he small, but like, he's skinny small. We got him on the side of the face. Get out of here, you old fish. You old thing. That's a bigger one right there. I'm gonna save that one. All right, let's get this going back out. Now that fish broke my train of thought of what I was about to say. I was talking about channels. What was I about to say? It was going to be enlightening. I know it was. Gosh dang it. That's the age I'm at, man. One small fish can completely wreck my thinking. I don't know what I was going to say. I don't even remember exactly what I was talking about. I know I was talking about YouTube channels and stuff. Starting a channel. I don't know. I lost it. But I guess just to put a bow on it, the whole topic, it's just whatever you like to do, there's a community out there for you. And if you will, that's what I was talking about, bringing people along. Like the videos today, this video today, it is a prime example of a real fishing trip. Like I would totally, if I was editing this thing, I would edit out all of the nonsense, the tangles, the break-offs, all of it. You'd see the big fish. You'd see the 2 big fish and enough small fish to make a 20, 30-minute video. That would be it. And I think there's obviously a lot of people out there in the audience want those shorter, highlight reel videos, but there's other people too, some of you out there watching. If you're watching this, however long we're into it now, 3+ hours probably, that want to come along on a fishing trip. Maybe you can't get out often. Maybe you're somebody that works or your health problems, whatever. This at least gives you an opportunity to come fishing with me and you see how things really go, because the worst thing when you're starting something new, a new hobby, a new activity, whatever, the worst thing you can do is go into it with false or unrealistic expectations. And I think, especially early on in my channel when I was just doing shorter edited videos, I think a lot of people think, well, I just go out there and get me a kayak, drift down the middle of the river, and I'm gonna catch big fish every time. And that's just unrealistic. You're going to have some good days like that. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have a lot of days in between. And these style of videos where I bring you with me unedited, you see every tangle, every snag, everything, it gives people a more, at least the people that watch anyway, it gives them a realistic sense of at least what it's like to go fishing with me. I don't know if everybody gets as many daggone tangles as I do, and snags and has as much crap happen as I do, but it's realistic of what a trip looks like with me. And over the course of time, I stumble my way along, I'm gonna catch me some big fish over the course of the year. You know, and I want people to experience that and not just have a false reality, a false expectation of just only seeing big fish and days where I catch a bunch of fish and things like that. And so whatever it is, like if you're starting a YouTube channel, I imagine most of you out there are probably into fishing, obviously, if you're watching and listening to this. But whatever it is that you're into, and I'm not saying go out and make videos that are 5-6 hours long. That's not what I'm saying at all. But like whatever it is that you do, whatever type of videos you make, try to bring your audience along for a real, authentic experience in whatever it is. Like that Kyle Peterson guy I mentioned, the action figures. Like he has his reviews of every figure he buys, but he also has some days where he just goes out to Target and Walmart and films in the toy department as he walks through looking for figures. Like he's taking people on a typical shopping day that he's going out there and shopping around. Now I'll tell you, just from my own person, I don't watch all his videos. I watch videos on the action figures I'm interested in because I'm a nerd and going through this midlife crisis. But like his videos where he goes to the Targets and Walmarts and stuff, like, I'm not really interested in those. They're fine videos, like he does a good job with them. But for me, I'm really only interested in his videos of an action figure that I want or have or interested in, whatever, right? Like, I don't know what his typical audience wants, but it's good to have options. It's good to have options for people. I'll just speak from personal experience. Like, I took a lot of grief from people back when I had comments on this channel still. People complaining all the damn time because they didn't like these longer videos. Now, I have a second channel that's nothing but short videos, shorter edited videos, Kayak Catfish highlights. But God forbid they go to that other channel to watch. You know, they want to see it on this main channel for some reason. But it's good to have options for people that some people are going to like more detailed explanations of whatever it is you're doing, and some people are just going to want the highlights. If you knit sweaters, some people's going to want to see every stitch you make on that particular sweater and how you do it. And other people, they're going to want to see where you buy the yarn and the finished product of the sweater. They already know how to sew. They just want to see how it turned out. And there's not a right or wrong. People can like whatever they want to like. It's free world, free country, man. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. But you as a content creator have to find that balance of satisfying the audience who's watching your videos while also taking care of yourself and making the type of videos that you want to make. The worst thing you can do, and I've been guilty of this at times in the last 10 years that I've been doing this. There's been times I fell into this trap. I've let myself fall into it, where you try to please an audience or an algorithm instead of taking care of yourself and doing what you want to do. And every time I've done that, my channel, every time I've tried to please everybody but me, my channel suffers. Why? Well, because it comes across in the videos. Like, if I'm doing what I want to do, how I want to do it, I'm going to make a better video, no matter the format. Like, it's going to be better because it's what I want to do. I'm happy. If I'm just going through the motions because I feel like I have to do something or have to do it a certain way, that's going to bleed into the video. And it's going to take away from the video. Even for the people who maybe want that particular type of video or style of video or whatever, it's not going to be as enjoyable for them because it's bleeding into it from just my feelings, my thoughts toward it. So do what makes you happy. Do this type of video that you like to do, but also try to find a compromise. Don't do something that you don't like to do just because it works, but try to find something that's going to work well for you and that you enjoy doing. You know, you can't always have it both ways. It's not always tit or tat, either or. Most of the time, there's some compromise in the middle. And try to find that balance. Try to find that compromise where you're still enjoying what you do, but you're reaching the most number of people possible. Find that balance. It won't always be right down the middle. Sometimes it might be 75% one way, 25% the other, and then switch. It's very rarely where you're doing exactly what you want to do and you're reaching the most number of people. That's rare. But you want to definitely skew it to more where you're doing what you want to do, what makes you happy. You're literally, if you've got a YouTube channel, you're literally the star of the show. Like me out here today, as much as I've bumbled through this, like I'm the main one on the video here that you're seeing, aside from a few fish here occasionally. So it needs to be, and I do enjoy this. I like getting out here and going fishing. I like sitting here and telling you about me having a midlife crisis and buying these damn wrestling action figures and stuff. Because let's be real, If I wasn't sitting here talking to you right now, I'd still be out here fishing. But you know what I'd be doing? I'd be rotting my brain playing games. I used to play Candy Crush, and I was on like level 5,000 something, I think, when I quit. Somebody else got me. I'd shout them out. I can't remember who it was now, but they got me playing a game called Wordscapes. Now I'm like 1,500 levels deep in it. I don't even play Candy Crush anymore, but I'd be out here rotting my brain playing them stupid games, waiting on fish to bite. But instead, because I'm doing this, I'm out here just talking to you, telling stories, talking about life. And it helps pass the time for me while we wait on fish to bite. And hopefully, again, gives you a real fishing trip that you can go on if you can't go on a real fishing trip. A lot of people can't. I mean, there's just a lot of people that's got stuff going on. People live busy lives. I know how it is. Work, family, health. I'm very fortunate that I'm at a point in life right now, and have been the last couple years, where I'm healthy, my family's healthy, and I've got enough, I'm still young enough, I've got enough energy to do what I want when I want, and this channel still getting enough views to allow me to financially pay the bills and everything with it. So I'm very fortunate to be in this place that I'm at right now. Now, will it last forever? Well, no, nothing lasts forever. At some point, I'm going to have a health problem, or somebody in my family is going to get hurt or sick, and that time's going to get taken away from it, whether it's, you know, physical time of me having to go take care of myself or someone else, or maybe just emotionally, mentally, I get taken away from it a little bit. I mean, if life's been pretty good for me, especially these last couple years here, like if I had some debilitating illness or injury, or God forbid somebody in my family had some debilitating illness or injury or death in the family, mentally, emotionally, I may not be the same for a while. Like, you go through the stages of grieving and all that, and it may very well take away from the videos, and that may hurt my channel. Or, you know, the channel, man, views fluctuate a lot. Maybe this channel, fish, he's gone. We'll leave it be. He may have ripped that bait off. We'll check it here shortly. We'll leave it out there, though, in case he comes back for it. But, I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen. Whether it's something with health, or maybe the views dry up on this and I got to go back to doing something else. Like, a lot can happen. But right now, in this time frame that I've been in, life's been pretty damn good. And so I'm trying to take advantage every chance I get to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. And if you're in a situation like that, I tell you, if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be to just soak it all up. Go for it, because it's a matter of time. Life knocks everybody down at some point in time. Nothing's great forever for everybody all the time. Like, we all go through peaks and valleys. You have good times, you have bad. And so when you're having good times, soak it all in. Make it count. And that's going to help get you through the bad times. But today, been a pretty good day. Today's been one of those good days. I've got to come do what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. Now, whether or not anybody watches this video, hell, I don't know. We'll see when it comes out, but I've been able to do what I wanted to do, and we've had success while we've been out here. Now, it seems like we really got on some fish between the creek mouth and probably, 10, 15 minutes ago, where it all the bite started to taper off. There was a large number of fish in that one area. We just kept getting bit. I think tomorrow, though, I think I want to come back, hit that creek mouth, and just sit there. Do at least an hour right there at sunrise. And if we're getting bit, just ride it out. If we're not, there was something right there in front of us. I don't know what that was. But if we're not getting bit, then maybe I pull anchor, make a run upriver, and drift down until the wind gets to be such that tomorrow, I mean, the wind forecast tomorrow, whenever it does get going, like it's game over. We're not fishing tomorrow, not in a kayak. I mean, maybe we could hide from it way back in a creek somewhere, but I'll probably just go home and do something around the house tomorrow afternoon. But that window of time, if it's truly low wind in the morning and it's not raining or storming or something, we're going to have a chance. And I want to just see what's going on at that creek mouth. I mean, those fish that we went through above the creek mouth here, I bet you they're probably going in and out of that creek to feed. They're either going in and out of the creek or they're getting up here on these islands, around these islands in the shallows. Them shad's going to be one of them two places, most likely, the bulk of the shad anyway. I mean, along the shoreline here, I mean, they're over there. I don't know if you can see or not. There's a heron sitting over there. He just poked his head up when I said heron. He knows I'm talking about him. He's sitting over there on that tree, so there's obviously some bait over there, or else he wouldn't be there. We saw that osprey fly down. So there's going to be some bait up on the shorelines and stuff, but them fish aren't necessarily going to stay up there. They're going to maybe move up there, eat, and come back. But what they're going to do, what most of them are going to do, is work in and out of places where there's a big bait concentration. There we go. Good timing on that rod to go down while I had the camera pointed toward. Great timing, as a matter of fact. This fish, man, this fish, he's got timing, man. He's got a presence about him. This fish right here's never had a bad hair day in its life. When you can take a rod down like that at the perfect time when I got the camera looking right at it, I'm gonna tell this fish how good a job he's done. I hope the only way this fish could get any better, he's not going to be a huge fish, but if he could be like 29 3/4 inches, man, how awesome would that be? I don't know. We're gonna measure him. He's in that range, folks. He may be a little too long, actually, but he's definitely in the range that we're going to need to put him on the board for sure. If we can get hold of him before he pops himself free here. This is another one here that's had mud on him. A lot of these fish we've got today have had mud up their bellies and their sides and stuff. I think maybe that weather system that come through, dumped all that rain, maybe they hunker down. I think he may be too long. Your timing though, fish, still, your timing was amazing. Let's put him up here. Yeah, he's over. He's 30 3/4 inch. You're an inch too long, fish. We're happy to have you nonetheless. Look at that mud on his back, though. You see that on his side right there? We'll see you. All right. Let me see what time it is here, y'all. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. 5:58. I've got a long ways to go. I may call it quits here, y'all. That fish is a good ending right there. It was a nice takedown. We can end the video on a fish. I've got a long run. The sun's still up. but it's 5:58, and I've probably got over an hour to get back to the car because I put in at the launch downriver, way downriver from where we're at. So, I mean, I'll certainly on the way back, like, go as the crow flies, you know, around the bend and stuff, and not go all the way around, not fish my way around the bend like we did coming up, but like, still, it's gonna take me a long time to come back, to get back. I can't get my words. That's another reason it's time to end the video. I can't get my damn words out. I'm fumbling left and right. So anyway, y'all, been a hell of a day. We've been through a lot together today, but we caught us several fish. We got a couple big fish. We've got a fish on our scoreboard here for the slot tournament. So we're off to a hell of a start on it. But tomorrow, I'm gonna come back out in the morning, try that creek mouth. If it goes well, you'll see it in the next video. If it don't, next video will be something completely different. We'll see. But we got plenty of bait left. It's just gonna be smaller baits tomorrow. So we'll make it work. But I'm gonna get out here and at least try if the weather allows. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for coming with me today. Surely to goodness, the next video we won't have as many tangles. I'll see you then.